We're back with another broadcast from Spectral Sphincter.
Hope you're enjoying the musical cats in the background.
Right.
Those aren't Sage's cats for once.
God damn it. I don't have that many.
You have enough where if they did a little musical number, it would be pretty audible.
I do try and get them to sing at me, or to all meow at me at the same time when I
Does
give
it
them
work?
food. Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. You have to record that. I mean, like I always say, like, put that shit on Twitch, you'll get views.
That's true. That is true. Damn category. I don't know. Okay, it says it's correct, but then it's not showing at the bottom of the stream. So just reset that.
You gotta send all your Discords, right?
Yeah, we'll post. I'm not gonna post all of them, but
Okay.
I'm gonna do a couple.
Like, I don't know,
Let's see here.
10 out of your 297.
No, not. I'm just gonna do a couple real quick.
All right. Did you let Alex know that we're shitting all over the shit?
I did not, but I'm sure he'll pop in any second.
right.
I'll text him too.
All right. Man, I just want to take that fucking cat meowing. I want to record that, right? And I just want to leave that in places, just playing for people.
Just in the background.
Yeah. You go into a store and you hide that behind a shelf somewhere.
That would annoy the shit out of the people that work there.
Yeah, but it would be great too because it would make the customers think they were insane.
Yeah,
you'd be walking past this, this pile of, old VHS tapes in a secondhand store, and you'd hear this weird musical meowing, just faintly audible. You'd have to start questioning your reality at that point.
When me and Tim and Corbin all worked at Caribou together, whichever one of us closed, we would set a timer, just a really one of those basic timers.
Right.
And we'd set it for 9 hours later, and then hide it somewhere. Just to drive whoever had to open the store crazy.
That's good shit.
Sometimes you get multiple of them too.
If you could time them so they all go off at the same time, that'd be great.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
We would.
Did you ever see the effects of that?
Sometimes, yeah. Ooh. Sometimes that was pretty great. No, you. Yeah. I mean, we all thought we all did it to each other, so I guess nobody was that annoyed by it.
It's a friendly prank in that case.
Yeah, it wasn't like there was one person who was like, "Oh, fuck you guys."
I'm gonna call the cops on you if you do that again. That's terrorism.
How pathetic would that be? I mean, it wasn't an airport. People are sensitive there.
Yeah, you couldn't hide timers. You could not hide timers in an airport.
Well, I mean, we did. It was inside of the coffee shop.
Right, but I mean, if you put that shit in luggage.
Oh yeah, no, that would be very.
They'd find a crime to convict you of.
5 counts of setting timers in luggage.
You'd be creating a public disturbance or something.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Well, yeah.
Good shit.
Really just hoping to see Alex pop in there before we really get started.
Yeah, we don't want him to miss too much of whatever this is. We got to contact Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie? What?
Yeah. Oh. Contact Ed.
Well, that's one.
So what about the other two?
I mean, I don't think there really are another two.
That doesn't make any sense, Sage. You can't have just one Ed.
Yes, you can.
Nah.
You can have one Ed.
Nah.
What are you talking about? What do you mean you can't?
What reality do you live in, Sage?
This one?
But you don't even know that. You can't have more than one. You gotta have more than one Ed?
You can't what? You can have more than one Ed.
So, since you and Nadia cleaned up most of this shit already.
Yeah, we'll end up doing all of the side missions and story missions, and Torii gates will be the main 3 things we do over the course of the stream.
How many are left?
I mean, there's still quite a few. We're definitely a ways into the game,
right?
But we're definitely not close to the end yet, either. I'd say
halfway.
So what is this, part 4? I bet we could finish this in 7 or 8 streams, maybe.
7 more?
7 or 8.
7 more? from now?
No, like 7 or 8 total. So like I'd say like we could maybe be at the halfway point after tonight.
Okay.
I'd say.
So many fucking cats.
They're everywhere, man.
It's like your house.
God damn it. So what's been going on with you for the last week?
Not a whole lot. Just learning about more of the dumb things that happen in this world.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been following the news.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that there is a draft report got leaked from the Supreme Court about how they're going to overturn abortion?
I did see that.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want your abortions, you got to get them now.
All abortions must go. 50% off.
An abortion sale, that would be interesting.
Like a fire sale.
Yeah, do you think they're going to have like a bankruptcy sale at like Planned Parenthood?
Oh yeah, gotta be, right?
But
going out of business. I mean, I guess that's the thing. That's the thing about Planned Parenthood that people think is true, is that they actually don't do that many abortions.
no, they don't. They
really don't.
They're more
It's
about
a
like, you
small
know,
amount of there.
yeah, they're more about like, you know, actual sexual health.
Well, it's a
safety
lot of
and
it's
stuff.
a lot of Planned Parenthood is like sex education
Yeah.
and providing like contraceptives. So
So there are people who are
which makes it so that there's less abortions.
right.
So if you want to have less abortions, then Planned Parenthood is a really great way to do that, actually.
There are people that fear that the Supreme Court overturning abortion would lead them to go after contraceptives next.
I mean, those two things are very close together, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they always have been.
And it's looking like, you know, the argument against abortion is, oh, it's not in the Constitution, so we shouldn't have it. And it would also, they could also probably try to make that apply to contraceptives and things like that.
I mean, like, I don't think stairs are in the Constitution either. We're going to get rid of all our stairs.
Well, I mean, the difference there is that stairs aren't a political issue. Everybody needs stairs.
Let's make it one.
The anti-stairs party.
Yeah, we're going to start an anti-stairs party and just see how far we can take it.
We're going to build stairs along the border, and Mexico's going to pay for them.
Yeah, Mexico's going to pay for our stairs.
We'll build a stairway to heaven.
Yeah, there you go.
Be like a
Like
modern
that
day.
escalator in The Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't go anywhere.
Be like a modern day Tower of Babel.
Honestly.
What's this side west all about? What's
I didn't really listen to what he said.
what's
to
a
be honest.
Rokuro Kubi?
I don't know. Some sort of Japanese.
Am I even pronouncing that right? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Probably not. Oh,
Oh shit!
that's
The fuck is
that? Was that right there?
It's like a tapeworm with a lantern.
Hey, afternoon, Jim. How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Man, that is an
We're chasing a tapeworm with a light bulb hanging around its neck.
it's an elusive tapeworm.
It's a very elusive tapeworm.
Doctor Strange reviews? I have not.
I've tried to stay away from it. I don't want to hear any. I watched the first trailer and then I just blocked out any information.
I think I saw the second trailer.
Saw the second trailer, or maybe I saw the second main trailer. But yeah, I tried to just not hear anything about it.
I hear that movies may not get released in China.
Oh, it got banned outright.
Yeah.
Well, Spider-Man: No Way Home was banned in China
Right,
too.
yes,
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it has the Statue of Liberty in it. They
What?
No, I'm not even kidding. The CCP told Disney that the only way they'd let him release it there is if they cut the Statue of Liberty out of the movie.
Why?
Because
It's a fucking.
it's a symbol of American something.
But it's literally a location in a famous location in another country.
Like, the entire climax of that movie takes place as like a fight on.
This is the newspaper box.
Because wait, what?
What about this newspaper box?
But also, hey, Alex, what's up?
Yeah, good to have you here.
But no, I mean, straight up, dude. It's they said that they.
Well, I thought they banned Doctor Strange too because there's a character that mentions that he has two mothers.
Yeah, that's America. Yeah, it's a new. She's being introduced for the first time. Her name's America Chavez, and she could punch holes into different universes.
Oh, maybe they banned her because of the name.
No. It was because she has one line of dialogue about.
Yeah,
her
I know
moms.
it's because of the two moms.
Yeah,
thing,
she just says my mom's blah 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 something. like anyone talking about their parents.
'Cause, that's so offensive for Chinese sensibilities.
Yeah. But Spider-Man was got banned because of, that got banned because of the Statue of Liberty is in the movie.
Is China just going to start doing that with like every national landmark now? Like, this movie has the fucking Eiffel Tower, and we got to ban it.
Well, consider this. Consider how much of Marvel's box office intake has been China for forever.
Yep.
Right. You know that
they should just stop catering to China.
Well, here's the thing. There not a single Marvel movie's come out in China since Far From Home.
Damn.
In 2019.
That's crazy.
Black Widow, Eternal, Shang-Chi.
They weren't missing with Black Widow.
What's that?
Why did they ban Black Widow? Because it sucked?
That one, I don't know why that one. I don't even know if it was a ban. I think Disney genuinely just is like, we're not going to fucking
cater
to China anymore. Now, I don't know if they did that because I'm sure. I'm guessing it was more that it's not that they took a stance. It's that China.
It wasn't profitable or something.
Or just that the demands that China kept making just got increasingly more obnoxious. And
probably.
Like,
the fucking Statue of Liberty thing, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. That was.
I've never heard of such a ridiculous demand from China.
It's like magic elemental power. So, like, I mean,
you have a ghost possessing you, and the ghost has superpowers.
Yeah, there's a man inside me.
Yeah. Chinese social media was melting down over a newspaper box in the background because it was for an anti-communist newspaper.
Oh, in No Way Home or in Doctor Strange?
Why not both?
I mean,
I think he meant No Way Home, though. What the fuck is that?
It's a tree spirit. We have to protect it.
All right. I think it's something out of Adventure Time.
I feel like a lot of stuff in Japanese folklore probably does look like it.
It's probably where Adventure Time got a lot of its ideas.
Oh, I'm sure.
Doctor Strange, okay.
Yeah, the official reason I heard was because it was in the trailer.
Okay.
I think that there weren't even plans to release it in China anyway, though.
I'm sure that was just another excuse for them to use.
Oh, God.
So I guess, maybe China would have been willing to, let them edit out the mention of gay parents. But then the newspaper thing was too much, I don't know.
Right, maybe it was maybe one, but not both.
Yeah, this game is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's badass, honestly. The story's a little lackluster.
Yeah, don't get too excited by the story, but still. Are you going to get the Evil Dead game?
I actually do want to get the Evil Dead game.
You fucking should.
I mean, even if you did, whatever, it's okay.
We repeat ourselves all the time. So.
Yeah, I say the same thing.
We repeat ourselves all the time.
Yeah, I say the same thing every day. But no, I do think it looks. I want to play it. I wish we were getting like a single player, like story focused game. But I think it's as far as multiplayer games go, I think the Evil Dead game does look fun.
More Evil Dead is more Evil Dead.
Yeah. Like, I do wish we were getting a single player game, because I think it'd be really cool what I think would be awesome would be if they took the 2 seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead that didn't get made because the show got canceled, took the idea for those 2 seasons, and made a video game based on the remaining story that didn't
that'd be awesome.
On the show. Because that way then we could actually get whatever was going to be left of that, which that would be the coolest.
Right. That'd be fucking awesome. But I mean, it looks like it'll be, a decent little multiplayer game at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched a decent amount of footage and stuff, and it looks fun. I mean, I'm not a multiplayer fan in general. I don't play multiplayer games almost ever, but I genuinely think that the Evil Dead game looks like it could be pretty entertaining.
Man, Sage, when are you going to start playing, Destiny and shit?
Never. I swear to God. You keep asking me that.
That's not true. I changed it up from what I usually ask you.
You say the same thing every time.
What about World of Warcraft?
I'm not doing that either.
Come on, Sage. You got to farm up them orcs.
I'm not far. I will not. Not happening.
What other mass multiplayer games are past their prime that I can suck on you? Oh, there you go. See, Alex is a great suggestion.
No, I'm not going to play Raid Shadow Legends.
How about Elder Scrolls Online?
No.
How about World of Tanks?
No.
God damn it, Sage. I offer you so many games, and you just say no to all of them.
Because I don't...
You don't like games.
I don't like the games you're suggesting.
You don't like any video games.
I'm playing one I like right now.
I know, you hate it.
I didn't know it. God damn it.
Avengers video game, yeah, you like that.
No, definitely not.
About Farmville, another great suggestion.
Fuck no. Definitely no to both.
How about Fallout 76?
That one could be funny.
So that's
I
yes?
wouldn't put it on my system. I'd watch someone else play it, maybe, though.
That's fair.
For the comedy.
Cyberpunk, that's a good game.
That is not a good game.
Come on, Sage, it was hyped up for a long time, so you know it's good.
Yeah, people said it was going to be the great... Oh, there's a new enemy type.
What on earth? I think it looks like it belongs... What is that?
Ooh, shit. Some, like, fire spears at me.
Kind of looks like a Rick and Morty alien. Tough bastard.
It is totally some Doctor Strange with the hand motions and stuff. It totally feels like casting a bunch of spells.
Heard Keanu Reeves said it was his favorite game of all time.
Keanu Reeves had to come out and say that he hadn't even played it. Yeah, cool fucking design though, right?
But he was in it, so it makes sense why it would be his favorite.
Well, not Bethesda, CD Projekt Red said that Keanu Reeves said it was his favorite game. And then Keanu Reeves came out and said, no, never played it. A lamentation. Right. Visitor born from the isolation of those cut off from friends and family, they hang in midair as they wait for their prey.
Sounds like somebody who's been isolated by COVID.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of those, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just ghosts in Japan because of COVID. That's what this game is.
Okay, what about Fortnite?
No, I don't.
Come on, Sage. It was made for you.
It was not.
It was literally created for you.
If Tim and No Name want to play Fortnite on their Thursday show,
you'll play with them.
No, by all means they can.
You won't even play with your friends?
Not that game.
Overwatch?
No.
Ah, damn, Sage.
Like, even in video games, cats in boxes.
Yep. That's just realistic.
It is. It's very, very realistic.
I still love that. What was it a tiger or a lion where they put out a big box for it in a zoo and it fucking climbed into the box?
Roblox? No. Well, actually, speaking of Roblox, it's interesting that you bring that up, though, because did you know that there's I think it'll really pop in a couple of months, there's like a massive scandal brewing with Roblox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the way that Roblox works, right, is that it's like you make games within it.
Okay.
It's almost like, say, Dreams, right?
Right.
But with Roblox, you're actually like putting it out there and then selling it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do that, you get paid in like a fake Roblox currency that you can only use to then buy more stuff in Roblox.
That's pretty
useless. But when you do that, the company Roblox gets real money from it.
Ooh, that's cute.
Right? And the vast majority of the people that do Roblox, not all of them, certainly not all of them, but a lot of them are very young children.
Makes
so
sense.
there is a massive child labor scandal that is brewing over the Roblox platform right now.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a big deal in a bit.
Yeah, it's like they were talking about it a lot on the Rage Select podcast the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is it's only a matter of time until that makes bigger news.
I mean, they're literally profiting off the work of children.
Yep, literally. So it's literal child labor. So yeah, hot news. I don't know how many people really know about that yet, but there you go.
Hope they get held to task for that.
I hope so. Not good shit, man. Not good at all.
Fucking gaming companies these days.
Yep. They probably won't. I mean, we'll see. People are getting kind of mad about it. Hadn't considered that angle. That sounds pretty hard to argue against.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard a good argument against it yet. If there is one, I mean...
We're going to hear a lot of bad arguments against it.
We're definitely going to hear a lot of bad arguments.
Man, what is with gaming companies being so out of control these days?
I mean, it's been a while now, though.
I mean, I know it's not new.
It's gotten worse.
Even in the 90s, you had fucking gaming companies that were doing crazy bad shit. But
I mean, never forget that EA was voted worst company the year of the BP oil spill.
Yeah.
So, you know, people have not been happy with how they've been handling things for a long time.
Well, EA just really felt like it was trying to piss people off for a long time. Like,
I mean, not as much lately, but
for a long time though.
Yeah. Well, I think. Did you hear that? I think EA actually is going to lose the FIFA license.
Oh, really?
They'll just make a soccer game and call it something else.
Right, but why are they losing that?
I think it's because of some sort of scandal with FIFA, and they're being like. Some like merchandising like rights in a bunch of countries are being taken away from them because of corruption.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact details of it, but
they need to lose every license.
FIFA is pretty corrupt, but yeah.
Well, I mean, wasn't it FIFA 21 where they literally just rebranded all the fucking...
oh, yeah, well...
They didn't even change the maps or the stadiums or anything. They just changed literally, like, they changed it from 2020 to 2021 and all the fucking...
Yep.
They literally made the same game, but the numbers changed.
Well, that's EA, but I mean, FIFA, the actual FIFA organization is I believe, losing a bunch of, like, branding rights.
Oh, really?
In a bunch of countries because of a bunch of the corruption and that. And then there's the EA stuff, which is, you know, on top of that, its own entire thing, but...
Yeah, it's amazing how corrupt the whole soccer thing is internationally when you look into that.
You wouldn't think a sport that lame would have so much corruption.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole thing that was going on with, I believe it was Qatar, where they were taking like
Qatar.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
They're getting all kinds of special treatment in exchange for financial benefits for the people running the soccer organization.
I mean, I guess anything that like there's massive fan bases for and mass numbers of people willing to give money to or take part in, there's going to be corruption to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, is it a thing that's popular and makes money? Somebody's going to corrupt it. That's part of why, like, you know, stuff like Marvel. There is a part of me that's like. I do wish that could have just always been a smaller company and that, you know, with its own thing instead of being an arm of Disney.
Yeah, Disney likes to fuck everything up.
I mean, like, I'm surprised that Marvel's done as well as it has under Disney, and Disney didn't.
It's because Disney has been giving them a lot of wiggle room, which they typically don't.
Well,
I mean, look at Star Wars.
yeah. Exactly. Stop that shouldn't exist.
It is just good news that those riff tracks of those Star Wars movies are out now.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch the riff tracks for the Star Wars sequels. The riff tracks on the prequels are some of the funniest things I've ever seen. Some sort of haunted bus stop. It's probably going to change now that Iger is out. Yeah.
Sequels better than prequels?
Yes, I think they're better. I think the sequels are better movies, but they are... But here's the thing. I'd rather watch something that is terrible and fun, like it's so bad that it's entertaining, over something that is more kind of mediocre and in the middle and just boring.
Yeah.
And so I think the Star Wars sequels are better movies, like in an objective sense. I think they're better, more well-made movies, but I think they're boring because they're closer to being in that middle, more mediocre element, right? And whereas the prequels, I think, are fucking absolute garbage.
Oh, they're Trek. Absolute worthless crap.
But
I would make one caveat, though. I would make one caveat.
What?
I'd say that the first two prequels are undeniably far worse than the first two sequels. Sure. I think the last... that's a good point. I think that one's genuinely worse than...
Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, that.
If I was going to give points to any of the prequels, it would be to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, that's the most tolerable one.
That has a few good moments, a couple of good fight scenes in it. That one's not as just awful or as just offensively terrible as the other two, but Yeah, I do agree.
People trying to redeem the prequels just because they hate the sequels.
Oh yeah,
that's bullshit. The prequels are trash.
Yeah, there's like such a massive like influx of like people having nostalgia for the prequels, and I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from?
Maybe it's like people who were like little babies when those came out, and so like I don't know.
Well, those people I get because that's probably always been their opinion.
Right.
Their opinion probably never changed. But what about the people who absolutely hated the prequels before
and now suddenly like them because Disney fucked it up?
Yeah, well, they only
that's
started.
Stupid. That's just being contrarian.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would give I would give the
Ghost Train.
Yeah, my opinion on those movies hasn't changed because of another thing I don't like.
Exactly. Know? You can hate more than one thing.
Also, it's just like. Just because something is something is new and I don't like it, like
it doesn't make things that are old better.
Yeah, exactly. It's like let's be objective about it. Let's actually look at the criteria.
Star Trek.
Yeah, a lot of garbage Star Trek.
Didn't really enjoy the prequels at all until I saw the riff tracks. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I'll give the Revenge of the Sith a few points, like a few moments of it I think are kind of well done, but it's only a few. That's still like 3 hours.
People who say this new thing sucks, so it ruined my childhood.
I mean, if your childhood was the prequels, then your childhood did suck.
Yeah, seriously.
So, I mean, the thing about that I'll never quite get is that if a new thing based on an old thing that you liked gets made and the new thing is bad, you have the old thing.
Yeah.
You can still go back and have the old thing. Well, except for the case of Warcraft 3, right? But
people who say this about He-Man, She-Ra, Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know, there's nothing. Yeah, like I mean, I can't say I was a huge fan of any of those things, to be honest.
Yeah.
But even in the original versions of them, but like I hate the Michael Bay Transformers movies.
Those are trash.
But like it doesn't make me feel differently one way or another about the Transformers cartoon.
Yeah, they exist separately.
Yeah, they're separate. Yeah, why can't we look at things as separate things? That's something I really don't get.
This is cool.
This is the haunted bus stop.
Bumblebee was good.
I thought it was better than the rest of them, but I still wasn't a big fan, to be honest.
None of those 80 cartoons are watchables, and
that's
they are
the other
not.
Thing. Yeah, those actual 80s cartoons, I think, were pretty.
Sort of like the first Transformers movie. I mean, that was the most tolerable one besides Bumblebee.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but like I get it. I definitely would agree that it's better than the other ones for sure. Not even close to as bad as like a lot of the other ones.
No.
I think the best Transformers movie is the animated one from like '92. That's
was that the Unitron one or Unicron or whatever the fuck his name is?
When did you guys grow up? Late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. Oh, they grow off the tree.
5 is the best. Well, 5 is the funniest. It's the worst objectively, but it's the most entertaining.
What did we watch?
Tales from the Crypt, Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead for me as well. Army of Darkness was my favorite.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite childhood movies.
I watched like all of the Godzilla movies up to that point.
Yeah, Godzilla. I mean, I watched kid stuff too, like Batman and Superman.
Batman animated series obviously that's a big one.
Batman Beyond, I really liked that kind of set of cartoons. But I liked really violent shit as a very young child.
Yeah.
I had a really bad pneumonia when I was about 4 years old, and I was at the Minnesota Children's Hospital, right? And they brought out a Super Nintendo, and one of the games that they had that you could pick from was the first Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, which is where my love of Mortal Kombat originally came from because I played it in the hospital.
Makes sense. I mean, one of my first games was Doom, so,
right.
Kind of up the same alley there. But the thing is that, like, I can go back to stuff that I liked as a kid, and I can be like...
This isn't as good. Or it is.
Or I can even be like, outright, this is kind of dumb,
Right. And you know what? Sometimes stuff can be dumb, and then you can even still enjoy it.
Exactly.
But, like...
If you grew up watching the Star Wars prequels, and you enjoyed it as a kid, And you still want to watch them because it brings back those childhood memories of enjoying it.
Perfectly understandable.
Yeah, fine.
Perfectly understandable. If you hated them then and you changed your opinion just because you didn't like the new ones, that is stupid.
Yeah.
That I think is stupid. But
there's
Samurai Jack,
Powerpuff
Girls.
Yep.
All those. Yeah, Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls. I watched even Jackie Chan.
I remember that. Yeah,
I love Cowboy Bebop. I mean, I don't like a lot of anime in general, but Cowboy Bebop was like the one in my childhood that I loved. That was my anime. That was the shit.
Getting stuck on the stairs there, lady.
She got a red coat now.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Slightly different enemy type. Just stronger, I think.
Watched the anime for the first time in years. Still loved it.
Oh yeah, Cowboy
the
Bebop
anime holds up.
Cowboy. I had my fiance watched it for the first time during the pandemic, and she absolutely loved it. And she had no nostalgia for it from back in the day. Still absolutely adored it. Cowboy Bebop is one of the greatest series of all time. And the fact that they made all the music first and then based the story off the music. Fucking genius. Genius.
Very creative idea. It's sort of like jazz, but for storytelling.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Ah.
Oh, it's because now this...
New anime people seem to be really into is Spy X Family. I don't know that one.
I've seen a poster for it, and I have literally no interest.
What was on the poster?
It's just like a mom and a dad and a kid, and they're a family, but they're spies, and it's goofy, and it's anime, and I hate that shit.
So it's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but anime.
Yeah, and they have to have a kid in there, because fucking whatever. Yeah.
Alright, well, whatever.
I generally, honestly, really dislike 99% of anime. I do not like
most of it's
anime.
trash.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of it is. I really, really, really think a lot of it is terrible and made by pedophiles. Just gonna throw that out there.
I can't argue against you.
I mean, how many anime do you see that have like a they're like, oh, there's like 6 female characters and they're all into this one loser and one of them's 12. How many fucking anime?
Too many.
Too many. Like, look, there are some anime that I genuinely really like. I don't dislike all anime. I wouldn't say that anime period is all bad.
Right.
But fuck, man, the pattern.
She's 1,000, Sage.
That is the excuse of a pedophile. that is straight up the excuse of a pedophile. Oh no, she's 12,000 years old and she's a demon queen. Yeah, does she look like a 12-year-old? Okay, then you're a pedophile.
Yeah, I know what they call it.
I've definitely heard that term before, and that's what we should be saying is pedophiles.
Yeah.
We should just be calling it pedophiles, because that is what it is. Shit made by and for pedophiles.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, like, I feel like I've even at least once or twice even seen or started to watch an anime and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then it'll do something like that and I'm like, nope, I don't even care. I don't even care if they're only 1% of this is like that and the other 99% is genuinely good. I don't care. Any amount of that shit I think is unacceptable.
Yeah, and the thing is that animes rarely do that just once.
Yeah, I mean, if they do it, they do it.
The last anime show you watched?
Well, I love Attack on Titan.
Not liked, watched.
Oh, that I watched?
Yeah.
Still Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Still Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's always a challenge finding good anime.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy for me because I mean.
Hey, it's one of those parades. We can try that out.
Oh yeah.
Let's give this a go. Oh, what?
They suck you into a little dimensional arena.
Ooh, this is badass. Accretions, huh? You got this. Cartoon Network is where I went for anime as a kid. I don't remember what all the animes on Cartoon Network even were.
Well, I know at least Adult Swim, they played Cowboy Bebop for sure.
Right. I mean, I'm Dragon Ball Z, I guess, was on Cartoon Network. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I'm Inuyasha.
Death Note, DBZ. What's DBZ?
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I literally just said that. I didn't fucking recognize it.
Yeah. There's not many I'm into. There's really not. I really love Attack on Titan. I really love Cowboy Bebop.
Trigun?
I remember me and Michael watched a little bit of that as kids, but I tried going back and watching it like as an adult, and I wasn't a huge fan of it anymore. It didn't even have any of that it didn't even have any of that pedophile shit in it. It was just like the too goofy, overactive, kind of.
What's Kenshin?
Yeah, that one I don't know. I've heard really good things about one called Samurai Champloo, and I've never seen it myself, but I've heard people that like Cowboy Bebop are into it.
Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, that's an anime. Pokemon is an anime. Oh, I will say I did watch those as a kid. I wasn't multiple children, but they weren't that great.
Yu Hakusho. I recognize a lot of the ones you're saying, but even those I didn't watch much of.
Yeah, I find that I usually prefer anime movies over series.
Sailor Moon. Never watched Sailor Moon, no.
Me neither.
Yeah. That one was, I don't know. It was, at least at the time, it felt like...
Hamtaro when you were 6? That seems like the right age for that.
Yeah, that's a good age for that.
Naruto, yeah, that makes sense. Did you watch all 10,000 episodes of that or whatever?
I think Naruto has there's not as many as
okay, 5,000.
Oh yeah, I never watched. Yeah, the vast majority of these I never watched for the most part.
I only saw one episode of Naruto, and I only watched it because it was so weird that I couldn't look away. It was the main character had these two weird frogs with him, and they were sitting on his shoulders, and they were an old married couple, and they were constantly bitching each other out while giving him fighting advice.
For the first time, I think I want to watch Naruto. You just made me want to watch Naruto.
See, that's why I couldn't look away. I was like, what is this?
That's actually weird enough that I'm kind of...
The whole show should have been like that.
I mean, if Naruto had been the name of one of those frogs,
yeah,
that would have been a show, man. That would have been a show.
I should... When I have this propped up, I kind of look like a fucking Dragon Ball Z character.
It's Homer 9000! I will say, even though I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan, I do really like some of the Dragon Ball Z video games. I think some of those are really, really good. But that's also because those games are stripping away literally almost all of the story and and just being a fighting game. Mm-hmm. So it's some of the art's cool and the fight, if the game is well designed, I enjoy it as a fighting game. But I do not like the story, really.
Yeah. I guess you can count Digimon, something you watch.
Yeah, Digimon's an anime. I watched that as a kid.
Yeah, Digimon's fine.
Yeah, I actually don't mind Digimon, actually. That one.
Do you like nerd culture being as big as it is? I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah, I don't really care. I think people need to stop trying to, my big thing is, I don't know, culture being popular. I just, why is culture at all something that's popular? It's, just be what you're into and...
It's trendy to be into certain things, though.
I guess that's the thing, that's what I don't like, is just be into the thing you're into. Why do you have to feel like you're part of a community because of what you're into? That's what I find so silly.
Because, everybody wants to be a part of a community, though.
Right, but
it's how you build connections to other people and feel like you matter and are relevant.
Right. I don't feel like I need to matter or be relevant, though. So.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I have my entertainment and my food, I'd be comfortable just living in a forest somewhere, not having to get
Yeah, man, go fucking mountain man it.
Yeah.
Get that fucking Grizzly Adams beard. Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
I find that these days I like weird animes that are kind of trippy and strange.
Yeah, well, you were just saying, anime movies often are a little maybe more interesting than anime shows. So things like Akira, Ghost in the Shell,
Angel's Egg.
Angel's Egg was pretty. Well, I still haven't seen it, but it looked cool.
What was the last anime movie you watched? It's been a while since I watched one.
I mean, I probably rewatched Akira. Was probably the last one I saw. If I'm being honest,
it's been so long since I saw one that I feel like the last one I watched was probably Jinro, Wolf Brigade.
Yeah, you said that was pretty cool.
That one is quite good, actually. It's not even that weird, but it's just kind of got like a good plot line. Weren't they going to make a live action Akira?
There was talks about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's still happening or not, but it was going to be Taika Waititi. And I actually, just based on him being director, I was like, well, maybe
it could work.
Maybe. I mean, I like him as a director, so I'm more willing to give that a chance than I am other ones.
Probably better than the Ghost in the Shell live action.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you want a weird anime, one I can recommend to you, it's a short one. It's called Cat Soup.
Cat Soup.
Yeah, I've recommended that before.
Angel's Egg too, right?
Yep, I've recommended Cat Soup on this channel before.
Yeah, that's a cool short film.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. What else anime wise? What else is good? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know there's some other good movies.
Paprika?
Paprika, I think is great. Paprika's awesome. That's the one. Inception is like totally like I wouldn't even say a ripoff because I think its plot is very different.
It's unfair. Animation is still treated like it's only. I agree with that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Animation can be a very beautiful and powerful art form.
Yeah,
and I think it has a lot of possibility to it that
it could be better than live action if it's good and it's handled well. Yeah, I think it's absolutely.
It's a better medium for imagination than live action.
Well, like let's say Attack on Titan, just as an example. Like think about how weird Attack on Titan is, right? And just as a story in general.
You could never. Well, you can't do it in live action. We know because they tried.
They did try and it did not go well. But like Attack on Titan is not for children.
Right? Oh, Lord, no.
It's got racism and genocide and the dissemination and control of information by authoritarian governments.
It's a lot of stuff there's a lot of subtext that I don't think a child would really grasp.
Yeah, but Attack on Titan being super adult I don't think that, like you just said, I don't think it would work very well as a live action.
That said, I don't think there'd be any problem with children watching it. They just wouldn't get a lot of it.
I guess it depends on how. I mean, like, for me, yes. I would have watched it as, like, a 3-year-old and been like, haha, he's fighting him.
Yeah, exactly.
Some kids that would scare the shit out of them, though. It depends on the kid. Kids also just mature at completely different ages.
That's true.
Like, I was watching super fucked up shit at a very young age. And I think I turned out fine. But, like, there's kids that I would not show stuff like that to until they're older, just because it depends on the kid. It depends on the kid. Some of them can handle it, some of them can't.
One of my earliest media memories from childhood was the brain explosion scene from Scanners.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a fun movie.
That's a great movie. And like I said, I was all over like Mortal Kombat and shit as a very young child, ripping people's brains out and shoving their spinal cord up their ass. And,
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of gore.
I don't think so.
No matter what the Europeans say.
Okay. Oh, entrance to the basement. Okay, so that's got to be on the ground.
Yeah, definitely not on the roof. That'd be a very unusual entrance.
Yeah. That would not be. And that would make a lot of sense. Alright, let's jump down here. Oh, hello, cat.
Strawberry, whatever.
No fall damage, just max 2.
What does that say? Omega Poseidon?
Something like that.
What the fuck? Oh, it's one of those Tanukis, yeah.
Yep. I like that they all kind of talk like Italian gangsters. We're gonna hide out here until I figured out where the boss was. Heard the truth is out there after all, but where is everyone?
What are you, Agent Scully the raccoon?
I feel like that's more of a Mulder, right?
Well, I assumed that it was a female based on the flower and on its head, but I could be misgendering it.
Hey, Michael,
hey.
What's up? Just playing some Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, misgendering raccoons.
Killing demons and shit. But no, we were just talking about like anime that we like, which is a very short list. But
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to think of all the ones that we actually do like. Which again, short list. But I don't know why'd you come down here, you dumb bitch.
I mean, maybe they didn't have a choice.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe they just came down here for a little bit and then they got turned into a ghost and couldn't leave.
That's definitely possible.
Happens all the time. Misgendering raccoons is my favorite animal to misgender.
But yeah, no, I really am trying to rack my brain as to like other anime that I like. There's not many. There's really not a lot. Well, I'll tell you what one that's coming out that I am excited about though is that Uzumaki.
Oh yeah.
Adaptation coming out sometime. It's supposed to be, I think, like October this year. Uzumaki is if you don't know.
Do you watch cartoons that aren't anime?
Well, if you,
I don't know, Adventure Time.
I enjoyed Adventure Time quite a bit. All the Justice League, Batman Beyond,
Yeah.
Batman, Superman, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. I mean, those are anime inspired,
Right.
but
basically, we're just listing off like classic animation at this point.
yeah, I mean, I watched a lot of that stuff. Oh, currently,
Like, what is there even?
Invincible is really good.
I don't even know that one.
That's like an adult thing though.
Okay.
Very adult.
We talked to that fucker
We
already.
did, yeah. Hey, Upside Down, man.
I don't think hiding upside down is going to help you. What's that say?
You play a video game.
Oh, alright. Okay. This is like The Grudge, but with video game consoles. Arcade consoles.
Yeah, I really like that's good. It's on it's another
Does South Park count?
yeah.
That's animated.
Was that shit smeared on the wall? I don't think so. I think it was blood.
Which is a great transition to from South Park, too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I think South Park is still rocking it.
Mostly. They have some episodes that are hit or miss.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's not 100%.
Rick and Morty as well.
Yep, Rick and Morty. Yeah, South Park. Yeah, I think South Park is still good. It's not. I won't say every single episode is always the best. Oh shit.
Got ya.
He also cut our ghost out of us.
Yeah.
Pajama time. What time is it? Pajama time.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of animation out there if you think about it. It's just hard to think about it sometimes. Man, this chick's kicking your ass.
I got it though. Oh, shy, Ben.
Hey, wow. Chat's filling up today. That's the tearing into all the ideologies. That's
Yes,
true.
yeah, they are. Just lurking as I'm not feeling better. Oh, well, I
fair.
hope you feel better. I appreciate the lurk, though. Thank you. Hope you feel better soon. We were talking about cartoons at the moment. Harley Quinn. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
yes,
good, yeah.
Yes, I love the Harley Quinn show. That's one of the best. I mean, I think that's the best thing since Rick and Morty first started, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the best animated series.
There's a lot of good animation.
Comedy,
It just doesn't come to my brain immediately.
Right. I still have not watched any of Young Justice. I've still not seen any of it.
There's all those Studio Ghibli animes.
That's if we're going back to the anime, I do think Studio Ghibli generally is pretty good. I won't say I love every single movie they've put out, but
Right.
I do really like a lot of them, and some of them
Hey,
definitely love.
there's a great one we could recommend to people. That fucking what was that Irish company that made those movies?
Oh, Cartoon Saloon?
Yeah, them.
Yeah, Cartoon Saloon is a great company. I really like the two. I've seen 2 of their 4 animated movies so far. Wolf Children and was it The Bread Maker? Was that the other one?
I believe it was.
The
Yeah.
Breadwinner?
Getting to the ship's gender now in Young Justice last episode. I said, wait, what?
The ship? Like
The
an
ship is a
inanimate
gender?
object?
I'm surprised that's not a thing on Star Trek Picard, but I'm going to need more clarification of that. Like, what the fuck does
I
that
don't
mean?
understand at all.
Like, that doesn't even feel like a sentence.
No, it doesn't. They're doing another movie? Oh, they're doing a movie. Oh, alright.
Yeah, those two
Not one
cartoon
I've ever
saloon movies
gotten into
are
myself.
Those 2 cartoon saloon movies are fucking amazing, though.
Yeah, I really have Wolf Children and the Bread Maker or the Breadwinner. I thought those were great. I haven't seen the other 2. It's a Secret of the Kells, and I don't remember what the other one was called. But yeah, Cartoon Saloon. Honestly, they're in the next.
Breadwinner one especially was really good.
Yeah, and that one was also like not meant for kids.
No, that's
the other ones were so meant for kids.
Wolfwalkers on Apple Plus is very good.
Yep. They just no, not anime.
Yeah.
But they did just release a box set of it's all of their movies other than The Breadwinner.
Okay.
So basically, it's like their Irish folklore trilogy.
All right.
So you can get a physical copy of Wolf Children now. It took some time, but took some serious time, but they did get it out there eventually.
You see the trailer for Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al? What?
No, I didn't, but I heard about it.
What?
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al in a Weird Al movie.
That is strange.
It's pretty weird. Well, I mean, hey.
Did he pull off the look?
I've seen some pictures, and it looks like he did.
Yeah.
At least the look, it seems like he got that.
Surprised. Wonder what Weird Al's doing right now.
Probably being weird.
He hasn't put out an album in a while, has he?
God, I don't even remember what the last song he did was. It's been a little while.
Oh, for a second there, I thought that was a poster of Vladimir Putin in that bus stop.
That would not fit well into Japan, I will say.
I don't know, maybe they like him over there.
I don't think they do.
He's big in China.
Well, of course he's big in China. Usually what's big in China is not big in Japan and vice versa, with some exceptions.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Darling in the Franxx was big in both.
God, that's fucking awful. There's always too much crap on the radio for Weird Al to get tit.
Tit?
Is he not getting enough tit? We need to start a petition to get Weird Al some tit. Weird Al needs tit, alright?
Yeah, if you want an anti-recommendation for anime.
Yeah, don't watch Darling in the Franxx. You'll want to cut your fucking eyes out. Just one, though. Just one tit, not titties. Just one.
You work the bone too hard. Enjoy Doomsday, huh?
That seems like a pretty just general message for the times we live in.
Yeah. Though, to be honest, I thought that was a pile of fried chicken at first, and I was like, what does this have to do with Doomsday?
Well, Doomsday for your colon.
Yeah. Wonder, do they reboot anime like how we reboot our cartoons?
That's
a good question. I don't actually know.
Well, I have heard, not heard, I know for a fact that this is happening. They actually are doing a new Akira. But it's the
anime?
Same. Yes.
Okay.
But it's the same guy who both wrote and drew the manga and also was the director of the movie, which I don't know if you knew, but the director of the movie was totally the actual manga artist.
Well, I guess that answers the question then.
So that's one example. But the thing too with Akira is the original movie of Akira. It does Berserk has had multiple iterations. That's true. It's had 3 completely different animes. That has definitely had multiple iterations. But Akira, the new one that they're doing, same original creator, but the movie Akira was like there's 6 volumes of the book, and the movie was like volume 1 and 2 with like the last half of volume 6 stapled onto the end. So the movie Akira skips over like half of like the series. So I'm hoping that if they are doing a new Akira, that means they're gonna
maybe to expand more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because I think the Akira movie is a classic. I think it's really great. So if you were just gonna remake that, I would see no point. But if they're going to adapt the material that didn't make it into the movie, then I could see a good reason to go back and redo it.
I'm curious what that anime is going to look like stylistically.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the
the original
style of it is so 80s.
Yeah, and it was sort of a defining thing too.
Well, they invented new colors when they made that movie. I mean, like, they're not like There's shades of shades of colors, but like they did literally invent new fucking like shades of colors when they animated that movie. So
personally, I still think anime like from the Akira sort of generation looks better than a lot of anime today.
Well, you get a lot of CGI now. Like even Attack on Titan, which I love, uses CGI, and it's some of the best I've seen CGI used in an anime. Mm-hmm. But even that can look a little off sometimes,
Photo booths.
Yeah, that little bitch was hiding in one. Bitch. Alright, let's see. Another side mission up here. And then next story mission.
Alright, one more side quest to go.
They do, and they're like after every story mission, they start popping up.
Oh yeah, you get tons of them.
God damn it, phone booths in Japan are weird.
It's weird that they even still have them.
Oh yeah, you can deposit people's souls into them,
You can do that here too, but then we got rid of the phone booths.
Shit. Think they're ever just sucking out souls on accident? People just want to use the phone and they just whoop, oh nope, you got no soul now.
That's what happens when you dial the wrong number. So you gotta make sure you're very exact when you punch in the fucking numbers.
Damn, we're going right back down here again. Oh, someone who?
Okay. Rumor spreading,
no,
man.
I don't know your friend, man.
What rumors was he spreading again?
I don't know. Huh. Oh, was that? Did we finish a side mission?
Kind of. What's that symbol for? Like,
I don't know.
How many bits for you to watch all of Naruto or One Piece?
Oh my god. I'd have to figure. I don't remember exactly how bits translate.
Aren't they like cents or something?
I think so. It'd have to be a fucking lot. Yeah, all of them.
How many bits to make you watch season 2 of Beastars?
A lot. I would do One Piece and Naruto way before I would watch even 12. I would watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece before I would watch it.
I mean, those shows are like, they're not
Beastars.
my thing, but they're fine. I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah, that's
as far as I know, anyway.
Yeah, I don't like viscerally hate Naruto or One Piece. I just don't.
Watch all of Flash for a bit.
Oh god, Flash would be tough too. Flash would be pretty tough to sit through.
We were pressured into watching Beastars.
Cat off the table. Boo, Beastars. Yeah, no, I don't. You'd have to pay me so much money to watch Beastars. I don't even know how much it would be.
That show is awful.
Like, I would need like at least like $100 an episode.
Batwoman, I think we could watch.
That one. Oh my god.
Season of
Beastars. So you never had to watch anymore. Well, there's now there's 2 seasons of Beastars.
Yeah.
So they're making more of that fucking garbage. Batwoman, I would still need a lot of money to be forced to watch Batwoman.
I don't know. Batwoman sounds like it could be entertaining.
I feel like Michael's watched some of it enough to say that the entertaining parts are relatively few and far between. I think the funniest bits of that show being unintentionally funny.
It is finally canceled.
Well,
yeah,
they're canceling all the DC CW stuff.
About time.
Well, it's because of the whole Discovery merger.
I like that it's not even because the shows were complete garbage and should never existed.
No, it's because of a merger. Well, at least the new owner recognizes that they are garbage and should never have existed. I'll give you the first 2. Yeah, not because they were. Well, from my understanding, Batwoman, it wasn't even that funny. It's just that Michael found a good YouTuber who broke down the funny parts, and so it seemed maybe more humorous than it actually is overall because it was all the good funny parts.
CW has profited since 2005.
I thought it was that they had never profited. If I'm remembering right, I thought they literally never made a profit at all.
It's entirely possible because that channel wasn't always CW.
Well, it was the WB23 and UPN. And then they combined networks and canceled all the shows with black people in them. That is literally what they did. Like, Veronica Mars was like the only UPN show that got another season on the CW, and that third season of Veronica Mars sucked too. So
It's amazing that they try to be all woke with some of their shows now, and that's what they fucking did back in the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, CW loves making super woke shows, even though they canceled all of the shows with black people in them back then, before they thought being woke would make them money.
That's how you know they don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, for 30 seasons of Supernatural. God, I know it's only 15 for real,
But it felt like more.
It felt like 30 seasons.
I'm glad that I fucking just walked in on the end of Supernatural. Like, rather
You
than watch
watched
the
like
whole
all
thing.
of the you watched like the first 3 seasons,
Yep.
and then the last like 3 seasons. So you saw like some of the best and some of the worst.
It's entertaining that way.
Well, they had that fly procession funeral.
What the fuck was that? Ocean coffin.
Ocean
done.
coffin done.
Yeah, what the fuck were
God.
those fly people? Had no reason to exist, really. It was just like, we gotta fill an episode of something. Let's get some fucking fly masks from the Halloween store.
Well, yeah, UPN was a channel that had mostly black actors and creatives and like directors and stuff on it. But then they combined the WB with CW, canceled all the black shows,
Yep.
and then now CW acts like it's super progressive, even though they did that back when they didn't think they had to be. So it just goes to show you how hollow corporations are.
One
Yeah, I
should
liked
go-
Veronica Mars the first 2 seasons.
I never really watched that. Kitty, can we pet this one?
Austin's good. Yeah, I didn't. Veronica Mars, I might have been the only one of those shows I actually watched, but why can't we pet you?
Why can't we pet this one? It's on a
Yeah.
platform. Plenty of black
I know.
characters on the CW, just no writers.
Yeah, exactly. It's the right. I mean, again, if you have the good writers, then a lot of your other problems will. Black Lightning. I remember Michael saying that it started good, like the first season or so was good, but then I remember him like saying, yeah, afterwards it kind of went downhill.
Common problem with the CW shows.
Yeah, that's even. I mean, like The Flash I thought had a pretty good first season, and then after season 1, there's been 7 seasons of garbage. And all the way up to them fighting with lightsabers. Remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that. That crossover though with the dude from Two and a Half Men as Lex Luthor.
Dude, that was pretty funny. That was actually pretty funny. That crossover was fucking garbage.
Oh god, yeah, it was. They should have done more of that.
More of that.
Dementors from HP.
Yep. It was the Dementors from Harry Potter had to fight Superman and the brother from Two and a Half Men. That's what that crossover was. Oh, and Batman trips and falls and electrocutes himself to death. God damn, they did Batman so dirty. Hey, Hawaii boy, how you doing?
Hey, wow, we're getting lots of people piling
Yeah,
up.
shit, a lot of people coming into the chat tonight. We're doing good. We're just talking about stupid TV shows and playing this horror game. I mean,
It's not really horror.
it gets classified
weird.
as horror, but it's not.
I wouldn't even call it action horror at this point. It's just action weird.
Yeah, just action weird. I mean, that's fair. It's not scary in any way. It is just weird.
At least not to us.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But we have a high tolerance for this sort of thing.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I spent a good chunk of childhood watching things like
Beastars is horror to Sage.
That's horror.
That's horror to everyone.
yeah,
I think.
that should be horror to everyone, and if it's not, there's something fucking wrong with it.
That's right, come to Vibe for a bit. Got a soccer game soon. Okay.
Okay, cool. Is that your kid's soccer game? Oh my
Oh,
god.
damn, you're getting wrecked.
They keep throwing signs at me.
Yeah, I mean, half the creatures in this game just look like people I'd see on the bus.
No, I haven't. Sky saw all of these guys. And she kept lying to us about how bad it was. About how bad it was going to get. Even though she knew. She knew. She kept saying, oh, it's not that. That doesn't get any grosser than this. This is like the worst it gets. And then to an episode later, it would get 10 times worse.
What is that? Is that new? Or have we seen...
I think we fought those before.
Okay.
Yeah, they're up on rooftops.
Never seen this game be played? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty new too, so it's a very recent game. It only came out in near the end of March, so it's like barely over a month old.
Yeah, it's as old as the Ukraine war.
It feels older when you say it like that.
Eek.
I don't know what's happening to that ghost, but I'm gonna put it out of its misery.
I guess you got too many spirits now. Putin says he's finally going to war with Ukraine on May 8th.
What? Now he's going to war?
Oh, that's beautiful. I hope that's true. There's some more great stuff going on in Ukraine these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
tell us about it. Let's get to the politics part of it.
Yeah. It's not a complete show unless we've covered all three of our topics at some point.
Alex fucks Gnomes. There we go. Although we did not talk about on stream, or we did, but Alex wasn't here for it. That we think Alex.
We cracked the code. Yeah,
we think Alex's hatred of gnomes comes from the fact that he can't grow facial hair.
Yeah.
So he's jealous.
Why not both?
Well, yeah, Alex or Michael, that's a good question. Alex, are you a gnome top or a gnome bottom?
I think he's both, man. He's got to change it up sometimes.
Change it up.
I mean, he likes to appreciate all the angles of a gnome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to, right?
Yeah. They got very angular hats.
I think you mean both. I think you mean both.
Yeah, you spelled it wrong, Alex.
Yeah, you love gnomes in your nether region. Wrong. You spelled that incorrectly. Anyway, though, let's get to the politics.
Oh, right.
We got our gnomes in.
So, yeah. Oh, I wish I thought of that. That's good.
Oh, Michael got the best one in there. Oh, that's fucking great. But yes, anyway.
But yeah, fucking Ukraine.
Fun
right?
times in Ukraine.
So, I was seeing some actual videos of some of the fights in Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
And it's amazing how inept the Russians look. It's the sort of thing where you'll see this fucking street, right? And the Russians will have this convoy going through it, right? Mm-hmm. They'll start getting shot at, and they'll fucking bunch all their tanks up in the fucking pile, in the middle of the street.
What?
They don't spread them out or anything. They're just getting shot at from all sides, and they just kind of sit there.
Okay.
They're just getting picked off.
Put all your valuable weaponry in a single location. That's super smart.
It's like creating just a big blob of them. There's instead of any actual strategy, they just had their officers playing Command and Conquer all day or something. But
they're not very good at it either.
No. And or another fucking video where you see this convoy driving along, right? And the lead vehicle gets hit by a missile, right?
Okay.
And everything else just completely disintegrates. Their other fucking tanks are just turning in random angles, some of them not even facing where the attack came from. Some of their vehicles in back are just sitting there, nobody's helping or getting out. They're not sending infantry out to check the bushes to see where the missile came from.
Right.
And some of them
just
are
incompetence all around.
Some of them are just backing away. Okay, there's no organized response to an attack on their part. And there's a cat in here. Can we pet this one?
This one we can pet.
Fucking finally. This is the first cat we've been able to pet in 6 videos.
Yeah. I don't know why it took so long.
We can pet all the dogs.
Well, I mean, cats sometimes make themselves harder to pet.
I guess that's fair. It's realistic.
What manga do they have on their shelf here?
I can't read Japanese, so I can't tell you. Something about motorcycles?
Well, yeah, there's got a motorcycle magazine.
What are those DVDs?
I really cannot tell.
It's all in Japanese, so there's nothing we can do.
I was hoping maybe there would be a picture that...
Does anybody in the chat know Japanese?
I don't think so. But magazine with free handbag, all right.
I'm glad we got that handbag.
We could sell it to one of the cats to get some money.
The handbag must be worth a lot. Is this a crazy cat person that lives here? Do you see this shit? They've got cat figurines. This is the most cats we've seen in one place so far in the game.
That's true, because there's 2 in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's count how many cats are in this apartment. There's 2 here. Okay, that's the front door. So we got 2.
There'll be more.
Nothing in the kitchen.
Hope somebody's feeding them. On cat food? There's another.
There's 3.
What are the cats planning? Another cat figurine, too.
Yep.
The fuck?
This is also main story missions again.
Oh, yeah. Should partially pay attention, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. The actual main plot of this game is pretty lackluster. It's really not very interesting. It's just the gameplay that is pretty is
And then the
fun.
world, of course.
Yeah, the gameplay exploring the world is super cool and a lot of fun. The story is kind of a take it or leave it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's another little thing.
That's what,
4. 5.
5.
In the closet.
Yep, there's
How'd you
cat
get in there?
Should name that cat Tom Cruise.
Find another cat packing fudge.
Don't call me a fudge packer. Well, that's what you're doing. You're packing fudge.
You mean the 5 cats are
Yeah,
out of the bag?
Yeah, the 5 cats escaped from that bag I tied them.
Oh, it's another one of those demons.
Oh, that's not even her. That's not even the actual friend or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, great, she's going to turn us into a cat.
Oh no.
You're going to have to spend all day licking yourself, Sage.
Yeah, I'm sure if I was a cat, that would not sound so bad, but as a person, it really does not sound appealing. Also, we're like in a weird fucking apartment block hellscape now.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
So, Ulysses, you're thinking about getting a sheepdog for your cat?
You can herd them.
Yeah, I get a dog to, like, corral them around.
I think you need one. It's getting hard to manage them all, you know?
Yeah, I need the dog to, like, be in charge.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there's another fucking little episode in Ukraine that I heard about.
That building's upside down.
Huh. It's a pretty nice place. I could use more, like, Escher cityscapes.
Yeah, more video games need, like, crazy MC. Oh, look at that park is sideways.
Yeah, well, all the shit's sideways.
Yep, everything's just like... Yes. I really do, whenever this game gets, like, really weird with its level design, it's always cool.
Games in general are usually at their most interesting when they get weird with their level design.
Honestly, I wish more games did crazy MCS or shit like this.
Yeah.
It's not something you see enough.
Not everything needs to look like, you know, normal-ass cityscape all the time. What I'd really like is if the game, like, just really, you know, if it starts off with the normal cityscape and then it amps up this crazy shit for, like, the entire second half of the game.
That is kind of what Evil Within did.
Exactly, that's why Evil Within was fucking awesome. The fuck's going on over there?
That's almost like some shit out of Control.
Yeah?
Another game with fucking great level design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like that Control maze.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
This is badass. The Museum of Cats.
Oh shit. Hi.
Giant cat.
What's up, dude? I was gonna throw up.
Oh no, it's coughing up a hairball.
Oh
Run.
god. It just coughs up like a fucking infinite fire hose hairball and you have to like run away from the...
Hi, person.
I think that's that lady.
Yeah.
We were chasing around.
Really self-centered, aren't you? Are we a mouse?
Big lady.
Are we gonna have to fight a giant cat?
That would be a hilarious boss fight.
This is cool.
Yeah, this is one of the
Ooh.
coolest parts of this game so far. Got an umbrella bridge, alright.
Damn, this is so trippy. Lost what I was talking about for a second.
Yeah, I'm genuinely just getting distracted by how cool this looks.
Well, back to somewhere that looks normal-ish. We have to fight some sort of demon to cure her.
I imagine that's got to be a boss, right? I mean, like, it would make sense. Maybe not.
Well, we'll see.
I think we might have just like cleansed your spirit. Yeah. I mean, that was a fucking great sequence, though.
Yeah, that was cool. Definitely some badass shit. fuck was I talking about? Oh, right. So in Ukraine, so there's another story that I saw where some Russians were driving around their shitty little vehicle, right? And apparently they had been having so many maintenance problems and having a hard time finding spare parts because the Russians don't have any.
Right.
That they pulled into a junkyard.
Okay.
And started rummaging through the garbage to
They're
find
dumpster diving.
Yeah, to find things to keep their fucking tanks running. And apparently this is a relatively common thing over there, right? They have to scavenge whatever they can find just to keep even the most rudimentary things operational. And none of them were guarding their vehicle though. So some Ukrainians snuck in,
guys,
and they fucking like sabotaged the vehicle and like pulled parts out of it and shit so it wouldn't run. And then they snuck off. And then the Russians came back, and they
oh my God.
they had found some like scrap they were going to use, but now they had even more shit missing.
Jesus
and so they went back
Christ,
into the
dude.
junkyard without leaving a guard at the vehicle again.
2 times in a row? Are you fucking
And
serious?
the Ukrainians came back and did it again.
Oh my God.
And that process kept repeating until eventually the Russians just decided we're just going to have to abandon this fucking vehicle.
Why not just watch your shit? How did they not think that maybe they should watch their shit? That's so fucking stupid.
Honestly,
God damn, dude.
I feel fucking bad for like the average Russian soldier because you know a lot of them are probably like haven't gotten enough sleep, no training, like
Right. Well, a lot of them weren't even told they were going into Ukraine in the first place.
I mean, that doesn't excuse the ones that are doing shitty stuff, obviously.
No,
like,
God, no. But like, yeah, the ones that were just like, oh, okay, all right, this is the day of.
It's the big day.
Yeah, not good, man, not good.
But yeah, and then their fucking convoy security is like laughably bad because they'll have big convoys of trucks and stuff moving around on roads,
Right.
and they literally don't even do anything to like watch their flanks or like have like infantry outside to make sure that nobody's going to ambush them.
It's like
they fucking stop at intersections and just sit there sometimes. It's like they're literally just like sitting targets half the time.
How are they this bad? I don't understand. How are they this bad at things?
Because they have no fucking training. And all their equipment is just shit at this point. Apparently, their soldiers had been issued like body armor and shit and were told that it would stop bullets. But when you open up the body armor, there's nothing in there but cardboard.
What? Wow. Wow, okay. Okay. That's,
It's sad, dude.
it is. How is that level of incompetence possible?
Because of how fucking corrupt their military is.
I mean, yeah, that's where corruption gets you.
I assume you heard about their cheap-ass tires, right?
No, actually.
Well, part of the reason a lot of their vehicles break down is because they've, instead of using proper, like, military-grade tires for rough terrain, they instead went with the cheapest thing they could find, which is this fucking, like, Chinese knockoff brand of Michelin tires.
Oh my! They're using knockoff tires for their military vehicles?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So they got all these fucking Chinese tires that just, like, fucking break, anytime you go over any mildly difficult terrain.
Oh my god.
And in addition, according to like military analysts and stuff who are looking at photos of broken down Russian vehicles and stuff, they must have been storing their vehicles like just out in the sun, where the tires will bag on Russia hardcore in the past and the present.
There's a lot of bagging to do.
Yeah, especially with Russia. But when they leave these things out in the sun, the sun will kind of bake the tires, and so the fucking tires need to be replaced, but they don't replace them.
What, do they get stuck to the road?
I think the tires just kind of become sort of worn and just break real easily.
It's good for military vehicles.
Yeah. It's not like, if you break down in the middle of combat, it's not going to cause any problems, right?
No, God, no. The enemy combatants will definitely let you stop and change your tires.
Yeah.
It's the gentlemanly thing to do.
I just don't know what it is about the fucking Russians, man. They did claim that they finally captured Mariupol.
Did they though?
I think there's still Ukrainian resistance in the city.
Okay, well then they didn't capture it yet.
So
not really.
I think that they've stopped fighting the Ukrainians and said they're going to siege them out.
Okay.
Because, I don't know.
But they definitely haven't finished that. I mean, maybe they will, but they haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Technically, the fighting has stopped in Mariupol, so they're going to claim
Fucking
victory.
liars.
And I think I heard that Germany had actually now has agreed to send like heavy weapons to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like artillery and tanks and anti-air systems and shit, which they weren't sending before, right? And
right.
That would be, in theory, a big deal compared to just like the man-portable stuff we were sending before.
Right.
Especially with anti-air systems, because, you know, the Russians are so fucking incompetent with their planes and helicopters that easy targets. Less amusingly, I've also heard, anecdotally, obviously this isn't like, oh, I have statistics to back it up, I'm not going to say that.
Right.
But anecdotally, the Russians, they had promised to open up corridors for civilian evacuation, right? To Russia, of course. But supposedly their soldiers
come here.
Supposedly their soldiers are actively attacking civilians, even in the corridors they opened up for evacuation.
Yeah.
There are stories of Ukrainians having their cars shot at, or Ukrainians like standing in line for bread and being shot at, and shit like that.
Christ, man. Yeah, that's a big no-no, man. That's like, if you want respect on the international stage, you have to at least fucking leave civilians alone.
The Russians aren't very good at that.
No, I know.
When was the last time they fought a war that didn't involve massive civilian casualties?
Never.
I mean, to be fair, you can ask the same question about the U.S., but...
Oh, yeah, oh God, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean it's not also true for Russia.
Yeah. I'd still say the Russians are worse at it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like with Russia, it's due to more due to incompetence.
It's partially because they just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, they're more than happy to just bomb the shit out of a city. And
like if the United States military bombs the shit out of a city, it's intentional, because then we can pay Raytheon to rebuild it, so they can be bombed again, so that they can rebuild it, so it can be bombed again, so it can be rebuilt. So Dick Cheney makes money.
Wonder if he's still making money.
I mean, he's got to afford all those pig hearts, man.
Fucking pig heart bandolier.
The pig heart bandolier. I love that. I will not stop until I have beaten all of the pelicans. Shit. Drink that soda, it'll make you better.
That's how that works. It's a fucking old trope in video games.
I like how the health items in this are just anything you can get at a convenience store in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these things are tough.
Yeah, these are a tough enemy. Shit.
Noisy, too. Yeah, come on, Sage, you gotta jam more chips in your mouth.
There we go.
The more junk food you eat, the healthier you'll be.
Exactly. The faster you'll run.
That's what video games have taught me.
That seems like some subtle messaging, right?
Another interesting thing I was learning about, non-Ukrainian, is the U.S. military's plans for war on the moon.
Oh?
Because back in the 50s...
Just a small aside before we get into the story.
Yes.
Did I tell you that I had a dream recently where I went to the moon?
Oh, yeah?
And I was pissed because the food was really cheap.
What kind of food did they have? Cheese?
It was just like corn dogs and...
Why were you pissed that the food was cheap?
It was just like, man, it's the fucking moon. I spent a whole bunch of money to get here, and we couldn't fucking get better, like, fucking tourist attractions and, like, tourist food. This is a waste of money. That was the whole dream. I was just mad that the moon tourism...
in 50 years, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
I could absolutely see that. You go up there, there's fucking Orange Julius on the moon, and you're like, really? This is all you got?
That was
the
the
fucking
whole
app said this place was 5 stars.
Yeah. I'm leaving a Yelp review for the moon.
I want to talk to the manager of the moon.
Right? Guy comes out in like a Hardee's uniform.
God, if we did take the moon, it would be corporatized to hell, wouldn't it?
Aren't they already talking about?
It's like a Dead Balls food court up there.
Yeah, that's exactly what my dream was, basically. I was just really upset that they didn't have nicer stuff.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, you got to expect quality. Oh, you saw Moonfall, did you? How was it?
Was it at least funny?
Was it loony?
I mean, it looked so stupid. I mean,
It's a idiot movie for idiots.
well, it's Roland. I really do think of Roland Emmerich as just Michael Bay's slightly less stupid older brother. And Zack Snyder's the goth one, but they don't talk about.
Oh, that's accurate. Yeah, no, I'm curious about what Michael has to say before I continue on.
Any specific details about the Moonfall that you'd like to share? I don't think you have to be fearful about spoilers on that one.
No, that was one movie that I don't think got banned in China.
Of course I bet it did super well there, and it broke records.
Well, you know they put that Chinese pop star on it.
Right. I didn't remember that, but...
It's actually a far more stupid film than a lot of Bay's.
Damn,
that's damning.
Yeah, that's
that is
really
absolutely damning.
I mean, Roland Emmerich is usually like... I mean, not by much, but maybe slightly less dumb than Bay. But... I mean, shit. Granted, his Godzilla movie was on Bay's level, I think.
I wasn't a fan of Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, was that Roland Emmerich?
Was it? I thought it was.
It probably was. CGI was terrible. Super... Ooh, Ancient Aliens inspired. Well, now you have my attention.
But no, there's that Chinese like pop star or actress or whatever the fuck she is. They put her in there as like front billings to woo the Chinese audiences. She's
of course.
She's like the main like younger chick in it.
Okay.
Really, she doesn't do anything. She's just she lifts a tree off of some 20-something kid with the power of gravity, while yelling, "The moon is gonna help us," or some shit like that.
The moon is gonna help us. Based on what I know about that movie, I don't think that's gonna happen. Doesn't seem accurate to me.
Well, you see, since the moon is so unpredictable, they can actually use its the way that it's making gravity malfunction on Earth as a resource.
How?
Yeah, she was in it for 10 minutes. Your recollection is, yeah.
Damn. All right.
Her and the sun, they were paired up, and they were just there. I guess.
This movie was about the moon.
No, I mean a person. The moon's a good guy.
The moon is a good guy. Maybe it's like Dragon Ball Z, and there's a Piccolo knows a dude that could just make a new moon.
Would have been a better movie.
I bet it's still a better love story than Twilight.
Fucking Spirit Halloween decorations.
Do you think Spirit Halloween? Oh, actually, I made that joke already, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Moon is actually the only piece of technology left from an ancient alien race to protect us from AI.
What?
Specifically, it's from an ancient race of humans.
What?
Yeah, the human race originally spanned the entire galaxy, but it got killed by AI nanomachines. So the moon was their last colony ship that was going to rebuild the human race. Really. Didn't make a word of that up.
Michael, is that true? Is that what that movie's about? Because if so, holy jumping fucking shitballs, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's why it's up to Samuel Tarly to become part of the moon.
I mean, he might as well be.
That was mean, Sage.
Is it? I don't care. If you want niceness 100% of the time, it's the wrong channel to come watch.
I literally have no idea what that actor's name is. He's forever going to be Samuel Tarly.
Yeah, I mean, if Moonfall is where his career is going, then yeah.
I love how like all those Game of Thrones actors ended up just in the dumps.
I'm trying to think if.
I was actually have joined the moon.
Was it really? Was that really actual dialogue? God damn, man! Wow! I might have to see this movie just for the pure, just like.
It does sound fun in terms of how stupid it is.
I mean, good God! Wow! Yeah, Jesus, I might have to watch it.
It has a teaser at the end of it too, like a sequel hook.
Oh fuck! No, fuck you! Well, there's no way that movie's gonna get a sequel. What's
I
the
hope
next
it
one?
does.
Sunfall. Is the planet not destroyed by the end of the movie? Like what?
Billions of people die, but none of the main characters, so it's okay.
Right, of course.
There's also, I think this. Have you seen the pitch review? The pitch meeting for this movie?
No, I should watch that.
You should. You should. There's some great stuff they call out there. One of my favorites is they're like some of them are in a car and they're being chased by some people who like want to steal their oxygen. And
What?
yeah, they have
Survived the fall of the moon.
yes.
That's so goddamn stupid. There's no.
It's not. It's like the moon didn't crash into the earth. It's like it sort of just rubbed against it.
Like it got grazed by a bullet.
Yeah.
That's so goddamn stupid. Are you kidding me?
They put the moon back at the end, I think.
They put it back?
Yeah! Because remember, the moon is a giant Dyson sphere. Well, I guess it'd be a miniature Dyson sphere, but, you know.
I am speechless.
But no, there's a scene where he did that in Independence Day Resurgence 2, ended with Brent Spiner saying, now it's time to kick some serious alien ass. The moon humped the earth. But
wow.
yeah, so there's a scene where they're fleeing in a car from other people in a car who are trying to steal their oxygen tanks, right? Because the moon is stealing all of the Earth's oxygen, and
the Earth survived having all of its oxygen stolen.
as it does, yeah.
Christ.
And so they're being outrun by these bad guys with guns, right? And so like, oh, what do we do? And there's literally a scene where like the dude looks down at the controls of his fucking car. I don't remember what brand it is, but it's like an actual brand that paid money to be in the movie.
Of course.
And he goes, oh well, this new model of car has like a little button where you just flip it from eco mode to sports mode, and now we can go way faster.
So they stopped to advertise actual. That is Spaceballs. That is Spaceballs. It's literally Spaceballs.
Yep.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the kind of combination an idiot puts on his luggage. I got 1, 2, 3, but that's the exact same combination on my luggage. No, that is literally the plot of Spaceball, the evil villain's like fucking plan in Spaceballs.
Yep.
Wow.
But yeah,
okay, is the movie trying to be a comedy, or is
No.
it taking it's not?
No. I mean, it tries to have comedy moments, but I don't think it's supposed to be a comedy.
But on the whole, it's trying to take the concept.
It has a cat named Fuzz Aldrin.
Kill me now. I bet Michael loved that.
Probably his favorite thing in the movie.
Yeah.
I think that was Corey's favorite thing in the movie.
Fuzz, oh wow.
Yeah.
Goddamn puns. Michael, I bet that pissed you right the fuck off. Or maybe the rest of the movie was so unbearable that didn't even seem that bad. Well, let me ask, Michael, did you enjoy watching the movie? Like, was it fun how stupid it was?
There's also a lot of jokes about how Samuel Tarley shits his pants. It's hard to get through the comedy moments. Also, there's just a perfectly circular hole in the moon that's clearly an entrance and an exit. Yep.
Like the Death Star?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, I guess that was an entrance. But
It was an entrance and an exit for a laser beam. But...
Right. Wow. Wow, you're kind of blowing my mind, right? Like, about how stupid this is. Jesus. I am...
Blown away.
I don't even know how to process what you're telling me. I just... Why?
Been there forever, and our telescopes could never see that. The dialogue is unbearable.
Fuck hell, man. I don't even know if I can watch it. Some of what you're saying makes me want to watch it, and then other things you're saying make me go, oh my god, I don't think I can stand watching it.
I'd be willing to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we did it as a group.
Socially, I think it could be fun.
Yeah, we got some drinks. I won't do it sober.
Oh, Lord, no.
I'll definitely say that. No sober watching for that one.
For a stream, it would be awesome.
Oh yeah, we are gonna do some bad movie watch parties at some point. We'll have to keep it. You know what? That's all. I'll say. I'll wait. I won't even watch it until we can do it for that. have a fresh first-time reaction to stupidity.
Sounds good, man.
He ate his own guy with that.
I'm curious, are there any of those, like, breakout actors from Game of Thrones that ended up, like, not in shit?
The only ones that I can think of are the ones that were already had a career.
Yeah. But, like, Emilia Clarke, we know how that went. The chick who played... Well, Sophie Turner, that's her name. She was in those shitty X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Who are some of the other ones?
Maisie Williams. I can't say I've seen anything.
Yeah, wasn't she in...
Oh, yeah. Actually, Rob Stark. I'm forgetting the actor's name now. Richard Madden.
Okay.
He's been in some stuff. He was in that Elton John movie. That was really good.
Okay, that's something.
I like that. He was in Eternals, which wasn't great, but I mean, it was still a big project. Whether it was good or not, you can't deny that it was like a major like job for him.
Certainly they're in the Terminator movies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. Yeah.
Or the X-Men movies.
Yeah. Yeah, but for the most part, I think you're right. Not a lot of those actors have been in a whole lot of good stuff.
I like how they were really pushing Emilia Clarke for a while too.
Yeah, I believe she's supposed to be in that Secret Invasion series with Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
I don't know if she's playing like a Skrull queen or something that also has no emotions. So
that would work best. Sean Bean, but he got after like the only one kind of perfect season.
Well, I was going to say Sean Bean. I wouldn't even count Sean Bean because he had a career before the show.
I will say that I personally don't think the first season was perfect either. So I'm not going to go into it right now.
I also don't think the first season was perfect, but I do think it was very good.
Especially compared to the later seasons, it was much better.
Yeah. If every season was the quality of the first season, I would say that was a very good show.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean,
fair.
I'd say even mostly. It just, there's a few things that you can really kind of call attention to. But I do think they get most of it down.
Because they mostly stuck to the book.
I mean, that's the big thing.
I did love how, like, every season had at least one incredibly dumb deviation from the book that made no sense.
Well, in Season 2, it was Daenerys' entire storyline.
Yep.
In Season 3, it was Jon Snow's entire storyline. And Season 4, it was Tyrion's entire storyline.
It was always one specific character where we're going to make this character's arc unwatchable.
Yeah, we're just going to fuck up an entire character for this specific season for some reason. Every season. Yep. It was one of them. I don't know why.
And then they decided to fuck up everyone after a while.
Yeah, and eventually, everybody got it. It does always come back to bitching about Game of Thrones.
I mean, it's a pretty bitchable series.
It is. It's amazing, though. I don't think I've ever seen anything else, like, erase itself from pop culture in basically the span of one season. Like, people were so into it. People were...
Dinklage probably continued to make decent shit.
Yeah. Well, like, any of the actors that had a legit career, like, before Game of Thrones, I think are fine. Peter Dinklage, Sean Bean, Lena Headey, those bigger actors that people already cared about, or like that, or at least, even if they were maybe indie actors and they weren't in big blockbusters.
It's the most derided TV series on YouTube.
I mean, I think it probably on every platform, to be honest.
Kind of earned it.
It did. It did earn it.
Like that.
Let's go see it first.
It's like you gotta put in a lot of work to achieve that level, but I think Game of Thrones did.
It is almost like they tried to make it bad on purpose at a certain point. Right? Like,
it's just, I don't know how anyone could have had the ideas that they fucking placed into that show at the end, and like...
Well,
I just don't.
It's because that's David Benioff and D.B. Weiss decided that they didn't want to make the show anymore, so they said, let's just get it over with as quickly as possible.
They must have just sat in the writers' room going, okay, how do we end this storyline? I don't know, the fucking bells ring and Daenerys is evil now. Yeah, it's good enough, put it in.
Well, it was literally like they even said they said in interviews that they just wanted to go work on Star Wars, which then they dropped out on that and didn't do that either.
I still fucking love the coffee cup and the water bottle though.
It was one of my favorite moments in the pitch meeting for the final season of Game of Thrones when he's describing that scene and he's like, and everybody's celebrating while Daenerys is in the corner pissed with her Starbucks. Did you say Starbucks?
Oh, so good. I'd actually appreciate if a normally good show did something like that every season as an intentional joke.
Like it was part of the show itself that they
Yeah.
like hid like a funny like
Easter egg, essentially.
a Starbucks Easter egg.
But back to the moon, though.
Yeah.
So,
What was the actual story you were going to tell before we started
I know,
talking
before
about
we
that
fucking
movie?
rambled for however long it's been. But in the 1950s, before NASA was a thing.
Oh shit! I think I actually might know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Well, you tell the story, and I'll
Alright.
chime in if I know.
But it was basically the Cold War had already kind of was going into space. Everybody knew it.
Right.
And so the U.S. military was kind of in charge of dealing with space and with the moon. And they had determined very early on that they wanted to build a military base on the moon, right?
Right.
And they wanted to put nuclear missiles up there.
Okay.
And their plan originally was to have a lunar base functional by 1967.
Well, man, what
And they had
what
determined
progress we're looking at, right?
they had determined that in order to accomplish this, in order to build a functional military base staffed by 300 men, they would need, 269 separate launches from Earth.
Okay.
And
Nice.
yes, and that meant they would have to launch a rocket every week for
Yeah, I
years.
don't think that seems like plausible at all. In that fucking, I mean, even now, but like especially then.
And like, what are the cat's doing? Look at her; she's like fucking being weird,
They're just playing.
being hyper, I guess.
Well, they want their food.
Oh, right. But, so they're gonna have this fucking moon base, and they're like, well, what if the Russians take a ship up to the moon base and try to attack it? We need to come up with an entire arsenal to defend it with, right?
Okay.
And they're like, they did these studies to determine what would be the ideal type of weapon to use on the moon, because, there's less gravity, no atmosphere, all that kind of shit. So you need something substantially different than what we have on Earth,
Right.
in theory. And you'd also need it to be, like, lightweight,
Right.
because how else are you going to fit, like, an entire fucking jetliner or whatever up there? But, they came up with all this insane stuff, right? They had, plans for, like, energy beams and, like, space tanks and, like a big spherical thing. It kind of looked like a... you remember how there's that South Park episode where there was that new form of transportation where it was like that big like wheel, and you sit inside of the wheel and like the thing goes up your butt and you drive around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like that, but bigger. And with like a ball in the center. I don't think there was a tube that went up your butt, but I might be wrong.
You never know, man. You never know.
They basically designed that. Like, what if we put like a solar panel on top?
Huh.
And they're like, yeah, that seems like an acceptable lunar vehicle. And
Totally.
and a lot of this stuff, obviously, either was impractical, not very effective, or was based on technology that didn't yet exist at the time. It had more in common with science fiction than, science fact. It's actually kind of hilarious because I saw some of the old concept drawings they had been coming up with, and it looked like fucking like Flash Gordon shit.
That's hilarious.
And but what they eventually came up with was that the single best weapon you could have on the moon was a bomb taped to a stick.
What?
Because they figured out that
The moon, not the Flintstones.
what their plan was is they stuck like a bomb filled with like shrapnel on the end of a stick, and you just pointed at the enemy, and then the bomb would explode towards the enemy and send all the shrapnel at them. Like the most primitive fucking shotgun you can imagine.
Somebody took boomstick far too literally.
And so that's what we were going to be fighting World War III on the moon with. And they had determined that it would be, because of the less gravity, it would be sufficiently strong to deal with either like spacesuited dudes or vehicles on the moon. So we could just use that; it'd be fine. But they still had a problem, which was how do we fight a Russian spaceship hovering over the moon? So they're like, well, what if we just bring like small nukes up to the moon, right?
Okay.
Like you just.
Does this end with us wanting to nuke the moon itself?
I'm getting to that, but but no, they're going to bring mini nukes up to the moon.
Okay.
But they had a problem because these nukes had a really short range, so if you tried to use it, you'd blow yourself up.
As all good weapons do.
And so, like, well, what if we tape a rocket to it? So it's going to be like you bring you bring this fucking like mini nuke. It was like a weapon from Fallout. You bring this fucking mini nuke up to the moon. It's got a little launcher, and it's got this fucking rocket engine just strapped to the back of it. And you just point it at whatever you want to die, and probably run the other way. And they were still having trouble getting it to go far enough that you'd be outside of the blast radius before the project finally got canceled.
Good thing it did.
But another one of their plans where they determined that if going to the moon was impractical,
right,
but for scientific purposes they would still want samples from the moon, like lunar dust and shit. They were thinking of
radioactive lunar dust.
They were just thinking of nuking the moon until like a bunch of like new moon fragments like got within easy grabbing range of the Earth.
And these were scientists.
Yeah.
I fucking hate scientists.
But all these elaborate projects were eventually shelved when NASA was officially formed.
Okay.
And along with that, you also had a treaty at the time that was signed internationally, which was like no nukes on the moon. And so naturally, the U.S. government decided to...
had to make a rule about it.
I mean, everybody was going to do it. If we weren't going to do it, the Russians were going to do it. If the Russians weren't going to do it, the Chinese were going to do it. Someone would have done it. The president said in Austin Powers, and he suggested blowing up the moon. Would you miss it?
I haven't watched those movies in so long.
So obviously the U.S. government decided to hide all these plans because they didn't want to admit that they had been planning on A, nuking, and B, building a nuclear missile base on the moon.
Right.
And it took years before they were finally willing to, unclassify that shit.
Okay.
Declassify that shit.
You're right.
But I just think it's just an amusing little episode there, especially if you could actually see some of the designs they had come up with.
I'm going to have to go and look at them. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, was this the thing you were thinking of, or is that a different thing?
Nope, okay. It was the same thing. I didn't read too much about the story either. I just saw that it was like, apparently the U.S. wanted to nuke the moon.
I mean, what has the moon done for us lately,
Kept the tides from killing everyone on Earth. And that.
We can just count on Aquaman to do that.
Can we, though?
Yeah. Aquaman 2's gonna come out.
Aquaman 2's gonna keep the tides. The movie is gonna... I mean, not if it has Amber Turd in it.
Amber Turd. That's good. I'm amazed I haven't heard that one before.
I cannot claim that one. I have heard it from other people already.
I hope that's the plot. That'd be good.
Well, it'll be like Caddyshack, and Amber Heard's character will have left the Toblerone in the water. All the Atlanteans are like, get out!
That's beautiful.
Fuck, another one of you?
Speaking of trash, I was also hearing more delightful things about Star Trek Picard.
Oh, God.
Since we had the penultimate episode recently, right?
This seems like some trash I might have to actually watch just to, even just believe what I've heard.
Yeah,
good God.
I don't even know how entertaining it would be to actually watch it.
Getting hit by that car was pretty funny.
So that was pretty great, yeah. I mean, it sounds delightfully stupid. It's just how much of it is actually really boring, confusing, convoluted dialogue scenes.
That's true.
Because Star Trek Picard... It'd be
funnier to hear about than actually watch it.
From what I've heard, Star Trek Picard has a lot of... Let's pretend that we're really intellectual and deep and poetic dialogue that actually means nothing.
So basically, they looked at the scenes with Will Wheaton in the original and were like, let's make that the whole show.
Yeah. And then we'll have Will Wheaton have his own talk show where he just, invites actors on and talks about how great the show is.
I fucking hate Will Wheaton. I'm sure he's maybe an alright guy in real life, but like...
But he's not a shill. Shill Wheaton.
Shill Wheaton.
I can't take credit for that either. I saw that on
Damn,
comment.
that's good, though. That is good. Shill Wheaton.
But, shit, where was I? Oh, right. Like, I don't know how watchable it would be. Some of the channels I've seen, like, one of them is, like, these two dudes who are, like, I don't know, they're, like, fat middle-aged dudes, but they're, like, huge Trekkies.
Oh, okay.
But, like, they're, like, done with Star Trek now.
I would...
There's a Picard.
I think it would be really interesting for us to do that, because we could get, like... Me and you, who've seen like a decent amount of it, but
yeah, I haven't
like,
seen all of it.
But aren't like diehard fans.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen like the weird lizard episode of Voyager. So.
Right, but then we could get Michael, who's watched way more of it than either you or me. But I still don't think Michael's watched all of it. And then we could get like Corbin, who
doesn't William Shatner tell Wheaton to shut the fuck up on Twitter like every week?
I hope so. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
William Shatner is hilarious at his old age.
Oh yeah.
But then like Corbin, who is actually a decently big Trekkie, and then like Alex, who probably doesn't.
I don't even know if he's seen any of it.
Yeah, I don't know if Alex has watched like anything other than
a couple of the episodes we forced him to watch.
Right. And then it'd be fun though for that group of personalities.
It's like the most diverse group of like knowledge of Star Trek.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like complete newbie, diehard fans. Well, maybe not diehard anymore, but.
People who would consider themselves Trekkies.
Yeah.
If you walk around saying, like, if you're willing to call yourself a Trekkie, you know.
Probably are.
Yeah.
I don't think,
Watch some of the worst of it just because my dad likes it.
So Alex does,
okay, this is good.
Alex has seen it, but hates it.
Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
It sounds like this Star Trek Picard outdoes it, though. Well, no, you're not a Trekkie, but you know it better than I think either me or Ulysses do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forget that. I forget how bad a taste your dad has in TV, Alex. So I'm sure, but it sounds like Picard is even worse than like Deep Space Nine.
I've heard it's literally the worst Star Trek thing so far.
Which is, I mean, that's pretty impressive because there's
a lot of trash Star Trek.
There's a lot of bad Star Trek. Like I'd say most of it, honestly. I'd say most of it.
Yeah. I'm hard pressed to think of like.
Well, even the original series was like, you know...
Proud of him for quitting his cake after a few episodes.
Damn, he watched a few episodes?
That's bad, dude.
I mean, yeah, Picard had potential, too.
It could have been good, but...
It had potential. It definitely had potential. But, yeah, it sucks. It's too bad that they fucked it up.
That got fucking blocked by something there. Throwing shit at you.
Signs, yeah.
Where do they keep getting these street signs?
They're just making them.
Yeah, alright.
They're magic street signs.
Baby steps with him.
I mean, dude, the fact that, yeah, see, that he's just, like, generating signs. But the fact that he even made it through a few episodes without cutting that shit off, I mean, good God.
Yeah, I'm hard-pressed to think of any Star Trek show where even if it has good episodes, they're not outweighed by the bad ones.
I mean, even Next Generation and the original series, which I would say are the two best.
They have a lot of trash in them.
Yeah, like it'll be like one great episode followed up immediately by a piece of garbage, and then another really good one immediately after that, and then another piece of garbage. Does your dad like anything good?
Great question.
Maybe by accident sometimes. Like
he goes into something not knowing it's good.
That's when he stops watching it.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. But based on the things Alex tells us about, you wouldn't think so. Most action movies.
That's not a good sign.
I mean, some of those are good, but I'm assuming your dad probably... They had the good one there in the back one. I'm assuming your dad probably... I mean, you know, he grew up probably watching, like, you know, a lot of the classic ones.
Before we get into Star Trek, I want to take a slight detour to discuss fucking Jurassic World.
I mean, we could just go to that. I don't know how much more.
I mean, I'm going to get to
Star Trek.
I actually do have more, but I'm going to get to that in a bit. But I saw the fucking trailer for that like a little bit.
Oh yeah, I have to.
It looks so fucking bad. Can we talk about the fact that it's now like Die Hard but with dinosaurs?
I mean, in theory, that sounds cool.
But in practice,
yeah.
And like,
just put them in Fast and the Furious, have the crossover, and then I'll be fine.
Also, it's like the whole movie is like somebody watched that fucking 10 minutes of the the second Jurassic Park movie where the T-Rex was running around in the city and was like, let's make a movie out of that.
Right. Well, I didn't even see the second Jurassic World because I thought the first one was so.
No, not Jurassic World. I mean the second, like the sequel to the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no. I know.
World,
I'm just saying, like for the new ones.
Right.
I haven't even seen.
Watched them as far as I know. He likes Hallmark movies, cooking shows, and really low budget sci-fi.
Oof, that's like a
bad combo.
Trash,
yeah.
Dude. Honestly, for when we do bad movie streams, you should just ask your dad what movie he liked recently.
Well, I mean, that was one of we tried watching Babylon 5 because his dad liked it, didn't we?
We got a few laughs out of that. I seem to remember.
It wasn't good enough to keep watching.
It wasn't, but it was like the pilot was fun.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad, and it was kind of fun to watch. But yeah, I didn't really want to watch more than that.
They're remaking that supposedly.
Who is asking for a remake of Babylon 5? Are you fucking
People have been
me?
asking for that for a long time, Sage.
What?
It's got a fan base, dude. It's got a big, dedicated fan base.
How many chromosomes do they have?
I don't know. Like, in total?
Probably too many. It's the Salt Girl.
Oh, yeah.
The Morton Salt Girl.
And there's, like, Stargate is coming back. That had lots of fans.
I don't understand the Stargate shit. I always thought Stargate was fucking garbage from... I always thought that fucking was terrible.
Well, come on, man. It had MacGyver in it.
So what? Well, you're acting like I love MacGyver so much that it's a big sell to me that the actor that played MacGyver. The actor that played MacGyver's in it. It must be great.
Yeah, they're remaking
Give a
Stargate.
shit about MacGyver.
I don't know. What else are they remaking? They're going to remake Farscape? Probably. The only stakes you could have put in Jurassic Park now is to have the dinosaurs actually retake Earth as a dominant species again.
Outnumber humans in the small ragtag group that has to survive a good sci-fi thriller.
But they're not doing that, though. They're just in, like, cities and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, Michael's idea is what you would want to do,
right.
But yeah, they're not doing... Well, they're not, because they're not doing good ideas, so, you know...
And it's kind of hard to get from A to B on we clone dinosaurs, now they rule the Earth. Like,
I mean, you could have gotten there if you had, any sort of cleverness or creativity.
it's just hard to do because how are dinosaurs going to beat guns?
I mean, they seem to be doing a good job of that already in the movies.
But dinosaurs aren't bulletproof. Why do all these dinosaur movies forget that dinosaurs are animals?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're not dragons. Shit, even dragons you can kill with a sword. Reproduce enough to crawl. Yeah, seriously, they'd have to be fucking for like hundreds of years before there'd be enough of them.
The superpowered ones they keep inventing would. Yeah, that's true. They keep genetically engineering them to be crazier and stronger.
But they keep sucking, though.
No, they don't. They keep getting out and killing like thousands of people.
But they also get killed by the regular dinosaurs.
I mean, that's true, but...
If a velociraptor can kill your genetically engineered super dino, then it wasn't really worth the investment.
That's a good point.
I think an airstrike would also finish it off.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. But, like, if they're doing the invisibility and shit, like,
Look, if they want to create...
not around the corner. That's what I'm saying, though. Is that not the
Terminator with the T-Rex? I like it. You know what?
Actually, is that not the next thing they would do, though? Come on.
I think I know how you could save it, and it is based off you and Michael's suggestions.
Okay.
They need to make, like, a dinosaur Legion of Doom.
Okay, so they're intelligent.
Yeah. One was invisible and undetectable, but still got its ass kicked, so... But yeah, Ulysses makes a good point that the ones that they keep inventing also are getting their asses kicked. But again, if they just keep doing it, eventually, I mean, they would just make it literally invincible. Well, that's why I want there to be. I want there to be a dinosaur Legion of Doom. I want there to be a dinosaur Avengers, right?
Well, I'm saying then this all comes in the crossover with.
Blue is like Captain America. Ooh, lizard people Illuminati. That's a good direction to take it.
Oh, so the dinosaurs the dinosaurs in Jurassic World become the Illuminati.
I like that. That's a good angle.
There we go. Well, I do remember in there was a draft for Also Michael said it'll just be like AI and they'll just keep iterating on them until they overtake.
They can make an AI dinosaur that takes over the Earth.
But no.
How have they not done robot dinosaurs yet?
Again,
Or cyborg dinosaurs.
well, if they crossed over Fast and Furious and Jurassic World,
that's the dream.
at the same time with Jurassic. Let's get all that. Every failing franchise should be crossed over with Fast and Furious.
Gotta remember that. That was
the
stupid.
dinosaur
Yeah.
DNA, the second Jurassic Kingdom movie.
And she lets all the dinosaurs go because they're just like me.
I'm not a dinosaur. I'm you.
There's literally no point for them to have made that little girl either, except for her to do that at the end.
Well, but actually, though, wasn't in one of the drafts of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, the first one, wasn't it actually supposed to have weird, intelligent human dinosaur hybrid lizard people?
Was it? I didn't hear about
it
that.
It was
she
like
could mind control them as their armies to beat the UN. That'd be fun.
That's hilarious. That would be great. But no, but I do think it didn't make it into the final movie anywhere, right? It was completely
It sounds idiotic.
I mean, yeah, but so was what the movie ended up being. So how much of a difference would it really have been? If anything, it would have at least been slightly more entertaining, right?
I would have enjoyed it more.
But that was full-on lizard people was supposed to be in that first Jurassic World movie, and then I guess they chickened out. They chickened out. Oh shit!
That was a Star Trek episode too.
We got an evil mask on us.
Oh, that's fun. You can beat the UN by tipping over a water cooler and yelling "Tom." That's true. That is true. The UN ain't done shit.
Not about those dinosaurs, certainly. Or anything else.
What, this mask is going to kill us if we don't find its mate?
It's like two cursed masks.
Oh, okay.
If you put them together, the curse goes away.
Alright.
Stop and do this, even though we're going to die.
But yeah, back to Star Trek Picard, though.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Literally anything we're saying is better than that. Nothing happens to these characters' scripts they churn out. That's true.
Yeah.
But, so Star Trek Picard, right? Penultimate episode. This is going to be the big confrontation with the Borg Queen, right? And,
oh god, I forgot they brought the Borg Queen back too.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
You remember she's all high on them endorphins, right?
The UN will no longer recognize the distinguished representative from Pangea.
That's good. That's gold. We really could have just all of us could just write a better Jurassic World movie.
I mean, man, if you're gonna be stupid, at least
embrace
make
it.
A full-on comedy and make it stupid. Again, that's why I keep saying to cross over with Fast and Furious.
Yeah, because Fast
I'm
and Furious
not the only one
doesn't
that's had
give a
that
shit.
idea.
No.
Yeah, Fast and Furious knows how to be stupid in a way that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's like their specialty.
Jurassic Park still has illusions that it's some kind of hardcore sci-fi.
And it's so fucking not. It is so fucking not.
Might still be better than Jurassic Picard. I mean, then that was the Jurassic Picard, which is a new show I want, actually.
I think that just accurately describes how Patrick Stewart looks now.
Oh, dear. But I think it might actually be better than Star Trek Picard, though. Because, so they're having their final confrontation with the Borg, right? All the other stuff that's been the big important thing in the season we're just going to toss to the wind and not care about, right? We're not going to care about that astronaut anymore. We're not going to care about...
I don't even know about astronaut anyway, so...
Well, that astronaut, that was that 20-something that's an astronaut that's also Patrick Stewart's ancestor, who is...
Oh, yeah.
Who, she's going to crash the NASA mission to Europa because she's depressed, and she has to fix her depression within 5 days before the launch.
Right, okay, I do remember that.
Yeah. But that character's not
because
important.
they would let you fly.
But even though they specifically find her because that's the thing that we need to correct to save the human race, she's no longer important by episode 9. We can forget about her.
They're done.
Yeah. Pet the puppy. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Just going wild over there. That's cats, man. You can just be sitting in one room, and the other room here is just...
Bang, 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 crash, crash, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, that's what it's like having cats.
Then you'll go in the room, and, nothing's actually different.
Right. It's like, were you just banging yourself against the wall, or...
So one time I did go in the kitchen, and then my cat had knocked over a bunch of cans all over the floor.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's speaking of the devil. But yeah, so... So the Borg Queen has created an army of other Borg.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what she did is because remember she's like the magic Borg Queen now. Because when she eats car batteries, her human body can create nanites, which allow her to then like have a glowing ET finger that she can touch people with, and they instantly turn into Borg. Right? That's science. That's science fiction.
I'm sorry, my brain blocked that.
That's just science, Sage.
Science.
Yes.
Yeah. Science.
But so she has an army of Borg, and of course they're all like PMC like soldiers.
Okay.
Because PMCs are evil, so obviously they're going to become the Borg.
Well, why don't they look like the Borg?
Well, they do kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, they're like machine guns turned into like Borg weapons, I guess.
Okay.
Because
I would have assumed
you got to assimilate the guns too, or the NRA is not going to be happy. They're going to send you a strongly worded letter. But so she's got this army.
Let's see what this so-called science does.
So they got this big army of fucking Borgs, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're all supposed to be not just fucking like killer cyborgs with perfect reflexes,
Right.
but also highly trained soldiers with like years of military experience, right? And so the Borg Queen like sends 50 of them to like hunt down the main characters, right? And they corner the main characters in Picard's like villa or whatever, right?
Villa, huh?
Yeah, even though Picard is like, I don't know, man. I guess that their family has owned the same fucking villa in France for like 500 years.
Sure. Okay.
And
That might have even been part of older Star Trek, to be honest. I wouldn't even know.
it could easily be either way. It's kind of like, okay,
Michael,
sure.
do you know, is that a detail that was the case in older Star Trek?
But
There's Jean-Luc Picard, like a descendant of a family that owned a villa for 500 years.
But so all the Borgs are surrounding the house, right? And they all got like laser machine guns and shit, and they're like,
The Borgs are coming.
and
I mean, it's a French name.
yeah,
I mean, that's true.
and
I prefer Jean-Luc Croissant, personally. Imagine if it was just Star Trek Croissant.
that would have been much better. I mean,
Yeah.
this takes place in an alternate universe, so they could have done that. I would have been much more entertained.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we got actual whatever's going on here.
Yeah. The story in this game is pretty lackluster.
There's ghosts, and they got masks, and
This guy wants to
be a
break
ghost.
open the barrier between the living and the spirit worlds because his family died and he wants to merge them.
Wow, really? You got that out of this? I didn't.
That's just the story of the game they set up at the beginning.
I forgot.
How do you lose his horn? I have no idea. I don't think they ever bring that up.
I think he got it caught in a blender. He was making.
Joe Biden was pulling on it in the shower.
No, he was like bending over and making a smoothie, and like his mask kind of like came off a little bit and got caught in the blender, and he was like, "Oh shit!" Well, then he'll get it out in time. But yeah, so all these Borgs are surrounding them, right? And like they don't got much to defend themselves with. They got like a couple phasers and like some knives, right? So
Okay.
it's looking pretty hopeless, right?
Don't they kill people with the phasers all the time now?
Yeah, they do. And EMP weapons.
And EMP weapons. Wait, what? They kill people with EMP weapons?
Yeah, I told you about that.
You did. I just block a lot of it out.
There's so much of the show doesn't make any sense. Like at one point they steal some cop cars and are like being chased around by the police.
Okay.
And like it's
Star Trek, huh?
It's supposed to be like played up for like a comedy moment because like 709 doesn't know how to drive a car or something. And at the end of the police chase, when the police finally catch them, they get beamed out of the car, and it's like the police just give up and don't question it.
I'd have more questions. Would you not have more questions? Jesus.
But so you're supposed to know who these are.
So his henchmen here are the like he's puppeteering the dead bodies of his wife and daughter as his henchmen. So that's kind of fucked up.
I can see.
It's kind of a cool villain thing to do, though.
Yeah.
That's legit. Yeah, so it's like those are like their dead bodies that he's using as part of his like crew of like backup villains. They're just shells, just kind of moving around though.
Backup villains or backup dancers?
Possibly both.
Maybe he's kind of doing like a Japanese like ghost concert kind of vibe.
Now that would be interesting to see.
Ghost, but Japanese.
Yeah,
That would be an interesting alternate universe to visit.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be fucking weird.
Cracked, huh?
I mean, his mask is literally, I suppose,
But he isn't cracked, his mask is.
right.
Yeah.
I cracked in the head. That's just, I don't know, is that just slang for crazy in Japanese, maybe?
I've never heard it here, so that's why.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm just guessing.
Whoa, what? What?
So, yeah, so
That's something.
and it ripped him away from us, too.
Oh, and ate him.
So we have no powers. All we have is the bow and arrow.
Yeah, this is gonna be a stealth section, isn't it? Huh.
Yeah, so we have to...
Book it. Hide. This is kind of cool. Probably one of the cooler enemy designs in the game so far, too.
Yeah, this is like the first actual boss fight we've had in the whole game.
Like a fucking sphinx. But like as also like a three-tailed thing. Avoid her farts. Or her halitosis or whatever that is.
Halitosis. It's the same. It's basically that mist that we can't go through in the open world.
I see.
For halitosis.
Well, I'm probably gonna keep getting distracted by this fucking cool ass boss fight, but so Star Trek Picard, right?
Yeah.
Borg surrounding them, and 7 of 9. You know 7 of 9, right?
Yeah.
She literally goes.
Pull her tail out.
She literally goes. They're not human anymore. We gotta kill them all. There's no coming back for them.
For who?
For the Borg. For those ex-soldiers who are now Borg.
7 of 9?
7 of 9 says that.
What? Good God, dude.
And one of the soldiers like breaks into the house, and like 7 of 9 and like her friend or girlfriend or whatever she is, they like take a knife and they like fly and like carve his face off. Like they fucking like stab him in the eyes and shit.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And I swear to God, it gets so fucking stupid. Because then there's this fight scene, right, where they're shooting their phasers.
Yeah,
there's 3 tails, so you have to do this 3 times, I guess. Man, this is weird.
And like environment changed its color too when we pulled the tail out.
Like
Again with the MC Escher shit.
Yeah, I like the floating crap.
It's a quote there. I like floating crap.
Not when it's in the toilet, though.
Not when Amber Heard leaves it.
Yeah, I'm not German enough for that. But,
You think she's German?
I don't know. Is Heard a German last name?
Turd might be though.
Yeah, and so they're like shooting phasers at the Borg are shooting at them, and like meanwhile, while these side characters are like doing the actual heavy lifting, Picard is literally sitting there in this fucking house, and he's just daydreaming.
Okay.
And like he's just thinking about his childhood while he's in the middle of this firefight, right?
Okay.
And at one point, like somebody
Great
like
time to really sit and
reminisce.
yeah.
And at one point, like somebody like throws a grenade, and one of the other characters is like, "Oh, grenade! Cover your eyes!" or whatever, right? And fucking Picard is literally like, "Oh, this reminds me of when I used to play hide and seek as a boy."
Oh my God.
And this is all in service of him remembering that as a child he saw his mom commit suicide, right? That's an important character detail of Jean-Luc Picard that you didn't know. It defines his character, Sage. It defines everything he's ever done.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that in the old show? I don't remember
No.
that detail.
No, it's something they added for this because...
Oh, they made that up.
Yeah.
So in, 8, 9 seasons of Next Generation?
Never brought up.
Even though it defines his entire character?
Well, you see, he forgot about it, but didn't realize that he secretly
he kind of forgot.
He forgot, but it was deep inside of him. It was the trauma that was guiding him through life.
What the fuck?
Because, trauma is the closest thing that humans have to time travel, remember? And, and basically the whole show is every character has, like, some traumatic thing that happened in their past that defines them. That's literally the only character archetype in the show, right?
Jesus Christ.
Even like minor characters who are like barely in it, they have to have that. But, and you'll want to hang on to that because that's relevant a bit later.
Okay.
But so he has this revelation that his mom killed herself, and I guess that's why
he just remembered that.
Yeah, in the middle of this firefight, right? And
oh shit.
Eventually they decide they can't stay in this house and they gotta leave, right? But
seems like a decision that could have been made sooner, but okay.
And so like some of them are gonna like escape through some tunnel that the Borg don't know about, I guess. I don't know why all of them can't do that, but Seven of Nine, her girlfriend, they're gonna run through the open field where all the Borg are with guns, and they're just gonna take a knife with them, and they're gonna run through this field, and they're gonna get to the spaceship or whatever to get away, right? And apparently, according to Picard, we finally have a villain that has worse aim than stormtroopers.
Oh, really?
Because these fucking 50 Borg in an open field with guns.
Man, they made the Borg worse than stormtroopers?
Yeah, they can't fucking hit 7 of 9. And so she's just running around with a knife, just stabbing them all to death, right? And her fucking girlfriend's like, oh, we'll never make it. And she's like, oh, of course we'll make it, or whatever. And it just cuts away, right?
Okay.
And it cuts back to them later, and like all the Borg are dead, and they've already gotten away. Like, not even a scratch on them, right? So it's like, what's the point of having these fucking villains if they're not even remotely effective,
Oh shit, that was not enough time. Ah!
Uh-oh. God, this game is weird.
It's a very weird game.
But yeah, so now all these Borg soldiers are dead, right? They can get onto the ship where the Borg Queen is, right?
Right.
And things accelerate into high stupid mode at this point because what's going on there?
I'm getting hit in the butt by the mist.
Oh.
Stephen King's The Mist in the butt. Unpleasant, I tell you.
God, this is weird.
I know.
I wonder if maybe you'll use your arrows once you get her tails off.
Really? You didn't see me?
Apparently not. Maybe your arrow landed short.
Flop. It's a flaccid arrow.
But yeah, so they get onto the ship where the Borg Queen is, right? And while all of this is happening, the human mind of the body that the Borg Queen has taken over is started to like reassert control. You see, right? And it's been able. This chick's been able to access the Borg Queen's memories, right?
Okay.
And then find out that the reason that the Borg Queen is evil, the reason
Her mother killed herself.
you're close.
No, am I? No way.
The reason the Borg Queen is evil, the reason that she, wanted to take over the galaxy and assimilate all life, and all that shit, is because when she was a little Borg girl, or maybe her parents used to beat her.
What? That's the Borg.
To be fair, I exaggerated a little bit. I don't think she was actually supposed to be a Borg when she was like a little girl. She was assimilated later, but
Isn't the whole point that the Borg they don't have a personality anymore?
Well, no, because she's their personality.
Right.
But because her parents beat her, when she was a little girl, and then when she became assimilated by the Borg, her whole thing is she's desperate for connections with other people because she never got any love from her parents.
God.
And so that's why she wanted to assimilate everyone. It's because it's about forming connections. It's because she's really just misunderstood. And
she's a mushroom then.
She's misunderstood and doesn't know how to process her personal trauma.
The Borg
the Borg.
Is just misunderstood.
Yeah.
The Borg is just misunderstood.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
And
here's a new kind of enemy.
Yeah, this is interesting. The fucking, what is it made out of?
It's like a swarm of demon energy.
Huh. Fucking kaiju.
Yeah, straight up giants now.
Weird. What you gonna do with that electrical line?
Yeah. I think he just walks through it.
Ah.
I think, actually.
I mean,
There's like particles that kind of come
it's a staple of kaiju movies to the lamest backstory ever.
And also, like, the Borg was cool.
Not
It was one of the
anymore.
coolest, it was one of the cooler things in Star Trek.
Not
was the
anymore.
Borg. Now I know the point of all fiction is to address all trauma, so does it address my trauma?
Well, that depends on what your trauma is.
Yeah, I don't know. Did someone, like, steal your sandwich? Maybe.
Who was asking for a misanthropic hive mind storyline?
I don't know, man. Nobody was.
But you see, because the Borg Queen, is really just misunderstood. You know, the human voice in her head or whatever is able to like talk her like down, right?
Star Trek Picard is not trauma.
But yeah, it's able to like fucking like talk her down, right, and like convince her that like what the Borg should really be is like they shouldn't assimilate people anymore. They should just sort of hang out in space and collect scrap metal. And while this is happening, meanwhile, there's more stupid
Borg then.
While this is happening, there's still more stupid fight scenes going on, right?
Okay.
And so there's still more of these worthless Borg soldiers wandering around on the ship and just firing their guns randomly,
They
right?
did a whole chapter and killed like the very first real boss of the game.
And these fucking actors they have like as these Borg soldiers, dude, like they'll walk into like a narrow hallway where like they literally just have to point their gun and shoot and win, but instead they go for like 5 minutes.
They are worse. They made them worse than stormtroopers. They made the Borg worse than stormtroopers. Holy shit.
And like,
Ooh,
oh wow,
of them too.
This is getting crazy.
Getting kind of high scale, huh?
Yeah, really. Like I didn't expect this game to go in this direction. But like while they're like in this fucking narrow hallway fighting Borg, under fire, one of the characters who had died before suddenly shows up again, right?
Okay.
He's just there, and they're like, "Oh my god, how are you still alive?" Bear in mind, they're saying this as lasers are flying around back and forth behind them, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I did die, but now I'm back as a hologram."
He says that? That's the dialogue?
I think the dialogue is probably trying harder than that, but it's
I
close.
would believe it if that was the dialogue. That was the thing.
I think the dialogue tries harder than that, but it has that level of impact. But he's like, but even though I'm a hologram, I can still fight, you know?
What?
Because that's that sword dude from the first season, remember?
Not really.
The Romulan dude with the sword. That's like his whole thing. He's Romulan. He has a sword.
This is his whole thing. He's Romulan. He has a sword.
But yeah, he's a hologram now, which means he can cheat. Because when he's fighting an enemy...
Fucking Rick and Morty with the hologram. He's like, I thought you said being a hologram was okay. That's because I had to fucking be one.
But when he's a hologram, he can like cut people up with his sword, right?
How? Is the sword not a hologram too? And if it's not, how could he hold it if he's a hologram?
And then when he gets shot, the bullets go right through him.
How is he holding the sword?
I don't know.
Is the sword a hologram?
It's science fiction, Sage. It's smarter than us. We can't question it.
Oh, shit!
And it's even stupider because, like, one of the characters has to turn on a computer to make his hologram, like, work, right?
Uh-huh.
I guess for some reason this computer just has him installed as a combat hologram. There's no explanation for that, really. But the Borg Queen is standing next to the computer when this happens. She could turn it off at any point.
Just to press the power button.
Yeah, but she just stares at it, stares at him, like, well, there's nothing I can do.
Wow.
And then she grows tentacles and has a sword fight with him.
Why wouldn't, instead of just turning the computer off?
Yeah. It's okay, though, because she wins the sword fight. She's the only Borg who can do anything. And
Fucking main character syndrome bullshit.
one of the little details that I saw pointed out in one of the things I was listening to is that they're using the same like hologram tech as the hologram in Voyager had, I think. But the thing is that
Could those hold swords? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But also, that specific thing that generated that hologram was from the future. And they only got it in Voyager through like some, convoluted stuff that happened in a particular episode. So the characters in Star Trek Picard shouldn't have access to that.
Right.
But they just have one lying around that nobody talks about.
So they're breaking continuity all
Yeah,
outright.
But it's okay though, because at the end of the episode, you know, the Borg have found their truth.
The Borg fucking... Oh my god. I am so fucking done.
Oh, they also, they kill a lot of the little soldier Borgs too, right? And the way that they kill them off is that they beam them into the walls of Picard's house, right?
What?
So, like, you know, you teleport them into the...
Inside the wall?
Yeah. But they're, like, kind of still, like, sticking halfway out, right?
Doesn't that just mean his house is made of Borg instead of that they're actually gone or dead?
Yeah, 500 years from then, when little boy Picard grows up, he's just going to have Borg sticking out of all his walls, like, decomposing.
That's not good. Now that would be traumatic. Of all the things to be traumatizing. And I bet that's not addressed in the show at all.
Of course not.
Yeah, if you were going to pick something to be traumatizing, that's what it would have fucking been.
The fucking cyborg zombies sticking out of your fucking walls, yeah.
While you're, like, growing up as a, tiny child.
I don't know, maybe they pull them out of the boards later, but, you know, like, in the
Borg in the board.
God, that's a sentence.
Stupid second.
And also, one of the main characters is this dude who's from the future, right? But he's in love with a chick from 2024, right? So naturally, he like invites her on their ship and shows her around. It's like, yeah, I'm from the future. It's pretty cool. And like, you know,
Have they cared about like breaking things like
no,
the time stream and stuff in Star Trek?
no, they don't. I mean, they kill people left and right in this show. It's like, you know, who gives a fuck about the butterfly effect there?
Right.
And yeah, so this dude's just like showing her around the ship and is like, you know, trying to get in her pants basically. And at one point he gets injured, and this chick who's like a 2024 doctor instantly knows how to use like, you know, 26th century fucking medical technology to make him feel better or whatever.
Like in Wonder Woman 1984 when Steve Trevor gets in the plane and just instantly knows how to use it, even though it's been like, what, 60 years?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's fucking like.
That's... Jesus, dude.
And this chick has like a little kid, and like he like shows the kid like the technology from the future and shit, and it's like, don't you think that kid's gonna go to school and blab to all his friends about, you know,
Future?
Yeah. Like, nobody gives a fuck about the timeline in Star Trek Picard.
Wow.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but like
After the other stuff I've already heard about the show, I mean...
It's beautiful.
It's stupid.
Oh, for a second I misread that and thought it said "Speak with the man killed by cats."
Oh. That would be a fun mission, though.
It would be, yeah.
About a spirit that was just mauled to death by cats. There's one more side mission we can do, or that we're back to just like main story, and I think that's that'll be a good end
stopping point. Makes
we
sense.
have about 13 minutes left. Perfect time for one more side mission.
Hell yeah. Fucking cats.
Hi, kitty.
Hey, he actually came over.
Hi.
I'm not even going to hold you this time. Wouldn't technology from the future be so intuitive that even a blind monkey could use it? I don't know. Could you?
Probably not medical technology. Maybe like some basic stuff, but I bet not like stuff that was for doctors.
I mean, the Star Trek technology is so like. Fuck, we got a struggler here. They're all gathering around all of a sudden.
They are.
They're hungry.
Might as well get the other.
And now they're running away. They saw what you were doing to Gravy.
Yeah. Like, no, I will not be held.
But, I mean, Star Trek medical technology has never made a whole lot of sense.
I mean, that's also true.
I mean, it's like, you got like a little handheld thing that looks like a smartphone, and you press some buttons and it just glows, and you wave it over someone, and then it heals them or like diagnoses anything instantly. But I don't know how you'd read anything on this tiny little screen. And
I mean,
are they really going to use like the same like diagnostic system? Plus, Picard's like oh god, I forgot to mention too.
Oh, we got more.
Yeah, so this was from previous episodes. It's not from the latest one. But remember when Picard got hit by that car, right? And so they're like, oh, we need to get him to a hospital because his robot body's going to die. And
Okay.
so they're
Jurassic Picard. That's again. I just think that should be how we describe Patrick Stewart's how he's aged.
oh god. But like, so they're like, oh, what do we do? He's gonna die, and so they're like, oh, well, we could get him back to the ship and put him in the med bay, and then one of the characters is like, but a med bay is no substitute for a doctor, and so they're like, oh, we gotta get him to a hospital, like in 2024, when the technology is less advanced.
Right.
But then they're like, oh, we can't do that, but I know a chick, and so they go to some fucking like doctor who doesn't have a clinic anymore because ice ran her out of it. And like, and she just, I don't know, she knows how to cure a robot, Picard.
Yeah, also he's a robot, so that's nonsense, dude.
One of the theories I heard is that they might just be trying to retcon the whole robot ending of season 1 and just ignore it and pretend it never happened.
But that was like a huge twist, right?
Yeah.
So how can you pretend it didn't happen?
I don't know. It's hard to write that into your terrible script you didn't really put much thought into.
Dude, I can't believe how bad it's like. Wow. I really am blown away every new thing you tell me. Fucking hell. Well, I think well, that was a really short side mission.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I think that all that's left is the story, so that is where we're gonna leave it for today.
Might as well call it.
Yeah. Shit, maybe we're closer to beating this than I thought.
I mean, that seemed like a pretty big fight that we just did a little bit
ago. The big boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one.
One of the more cinematic moments in the game for sure. I feel like they wouldn't be rolling those out early. Having fun over there.
Basically, all these upgrades are just making us faster at everything.
Okay. Wow, we have a lot of upgrade points we weren't using.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't paying that close attention. I was just kind of letting them stock up.
Well, clearly we didn't need them.
I mean, it's not like it's a super hard game, so. But yeah, all right, that's going to be it for today. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Michael, Alex,
whoever's in the chat.
Good night. Whoever else has been in chat, Straw Hat Panda, Afternoon June. Yeah. And then hopefully Alex will be back in person with us next week.
That'd be nice.
Hopefully.
Hopefully he won't get the COVID.
Got the Rona. Got the Rona coming at you.
You too, Alex.
Yeah, have a good night, Alex. Have a good night, Michael. Have a good night, everybody. And me and Tim will, I think, we'll be doing our final Sekiro stream tomorrow.
Oh shit.
I mean, it could. There's 2 bosses that could give us trouble.
Depends on how fast that demon goes down.
You know what? That's one I'm not actually worried about that one so much. It's the last one that I'm more concerned about, because that's another like human kind of sword to sword type battle, yeah. And I have a harder time with those, I think, than I do the big monster fights. Little raid, Chris.
Fucking hell, it's late.
And yeah, and we finished even up a few minutes early.
Yep. Good shit.
Alright.
Hit the raid. Hit the raid.
I'm just making sure we're
come on, we gotta fill this dead air with someone else. We can't do it, Sage. We're not capable.
And we're off.